North Platte's Christmas station, FM 98.1, and listen to Christmas music online at KOOQFM981.com. The following is an Eagle Media Sports presentation. North Platte High Sports on NorthPlattePost.com, FM 98.1 and AM 1410 are brought to you by
Justin Thompson Agency, American Family Insurance, Hands of the Heartland, La Casa del Rios, Dave's Place, Cole Jonason with High Street Insurance.
North Platte will reset the offense. Eli Broman steps back for three in the corner again. That is 3 threes for Eli Broman today. 9 points, and a timeout going to be called by Alliance.
Al's Lock and Save, State Farm Agent Bobby Holtz, Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan, Great Plains Foot and Ankle, The Fortify Group, Larry's Glass, Shelter Insurance Agents Pete Boltz and Brett Rogo, Puro Clean.
Now to Gans. Gans. Oh, that's going to be stolen by Kamensky. Kamensky up the court now with it. Having Kamensky Euroing up for the layup.
Oh, with the left-hand scoop.
Great Plains Health. Great Plains Health Sports and Therapy. Jay Engel with Farm Bureau Financial Services. Runza. Double Dips. Merrick's Ranch House. Mid-Plains Community College. Szechuan Famous Food and Sushi Bar. The Cedar Room.
Here's the voice of the Dogs, Paxton Gordon.
Welcome in, everybody, here to the Doghouse, FM 98.1, AM 1410, live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream at NorthPlattePost.com. I'm Paxton Gordon. Sitting across from me, it's been, more than a month? It's Jeff Smeltzer joining me for the first basketball game of the season. Mr. Smeltzer, it is so good to be back at the Doghouse.
Oh, it's the greatest weekend of the year. It's high school opening weekend for winter sports, so it's fun to be here for the girls and boys action, and we got wrestling out in the commons area, so
we have
something for everybody.
Craziest tetrahedron of sports today. We have a varsity and JV varsity wrestling duel out in the commons versus Bellevue West. And then North Platte this year is hosting the quadrilateral, I think it's how you call it, between us, South Sioux City, Scottsbluff, and Norfolk. Unfortunately, we won't be seeing Scottsbluff this weekend. We'll have Norfolk today, and then at 11:30 tomorrow, we'll have South Sioux City. So the first team, as we talked, just said a couple of seconds ago, Norfolk is the team. The Panthers, 7-16 last season, 3-9 on the road, 4-7 at home versus the Dogs, who were 7-17 on the season, 3-7 on the road, 2-8 on the year. It was the Dogs that came away with the victory last season to open up versus Norfolk. They actually started the year probably the hottest we'd seen in the 3 years I have been a commentator here. 3-0 to start the year. A victory versus South Sioux City, against Norfolk, and against Alliance to start off the basketball season. And while things may be a little bit different this season in terms of who's going to be playing basketball for North Platte High School, kind of looking to maybe see the same thing open up this year, because not much has really changed on Norfolk's side, except they just got 1 year older.
Yeah, hopefully history can repeat itself. Last year, the Jamboree game, the girls struggled against Ogallala, and it turned out, Ogallala was a really good team last year. Same happened the other night. Stubbed their toe against Ogallala, and Ogallala's rated preseason. So,
number 8 on the preseason rankings right now.
And then North Platte went on to rattle off 3 victories in a row. So let's get that started tonight. Watching North Platte play Ogallala last week, really athletic. Trouble with the turnovers, but it looked like a first game, and that's the way first games look. You make some mistakes, but the athleticism is there. Just need some shots to fall and protect the basketball.
I mean, against a team like Ogallala, again, ranked number 8 in the state right now, who is returning basically everybody, all but one, who is not going to be on the team from last year's superstar squad. It's expected to really struggle, specifically for the Dogs, because this is the first time in, man, it feels like a long time that the youth has outpaced right now the experience on the roster, even though we know Coach Hammond loves to play some young players, whether it be freshmen or sophomores. It feels like this year is going to have to be just a little bit of a force in terms of having to play the freshmen and the sophomores, with just how much departed the program over the last 2 seasons just due to the, age limit of where they were.
Yeah, and then a huge injury this year with Kiki Williams. They were counting on her to to do a lot. She was going to anchor this team offensively and defensively, but they got some young ones that I think are going to be pretty good before the season's over. Be it sophomores or freshmen, and have a junior transfer in here. And
yes,
Peyton
Jones,
who comes over from Hershey, and I think she was a 2-year starter over there, so that's going to be a welcome addition.
And even though there's going to be a lot of youth on this team, it's a lot of names that I've already come to know if you were a fan of volleyball and followed the volleyball program this year. A lot. Even softball. I can't even talk about softball.
Yep.
I mean, I feel like everybody on this team played a fall sport. Janae Wagner, Hayden Hansen, I believe both those played softball. Then you have, of course, J.C. Burke, who was a starter on the outside volleyball. Josie Douglas focused primarily on basketball.
I don't think she did do a fall sport.
Which we always love to see somebody focusing on basketball. So she was the lone one. J.C. Fox, a starter for volleyball. Hayden Irvin, softball player. Peyton Jones, again, a transfer for volleyball and basketball from Hershey. Ava Franzen, also with Josie Douglas, focused primarily. No, she actually played softball if I remember correctly. Malia Harmon, softball. Adley Terry, volleyball. Analia Mora was also softball. Ari Reyna was softball, and then Nora Whirl was on the volleyball team towards the end of the season on the varsity side. So a lot of girls that you are familiar with, but just, again, in terms of their overall basketball experience, not the highest. And you expect the early part of the season to be the toughest just because when it is early, you really do focus on the trust that you've built with the team. And for a team as young and as so multifaceted in terms of the previous sports they've played, they haven't really had too much time to gel like previous teams had, again, when they've had that bulk majority of experience on the roster.
Yeah, and it's going to be a guard-heavy team.
Yes.
There's not a lot of height on the team.
The one height is Nora Worrell, who's at 6. I think they listed her at 6 foot even, 6'1" if you really want to push it. Other than that, the next tallest person is either Peyton Jones or Josie Douglas. So
right in the 5'8", 5'9" range.
Yeah, and it's it was to be expected with Ewing leaving last year, and she being really honestly the only height on the team with Kiki being out with that injury. You were kind of expecting a little bit of a scare this year, but it's good to hear that Nora Worrell is kind of picking up that height dilemma, and we'll see, of course, as a freshman how she's able to develop as the time goes on. But first game of the season here versus Norfolk on our, of course, Quick Stop pregame show. 27 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop always open right around the corner. We'll step aside, take a break. When we come back, Mr. Smeltzer, we're going to talk some keys to the game as well as what you want to see for this team, again, to start off strong and go 3-0 in its first 3 games. We'll have that here, of course, from the Doghouse on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream, NorthPlattePost.com.
We're always open right around the corner. Quick Stop. With your 24-hour convenience store. Fast, friendly, no one gives you more. Gas, food, your favorite drink. Get everything you need in a blink. That's why everybody stops at Quick Stop. We're always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Hands of Heartland has offered support and services for those with developmental disabilities in Nebraska since 1998 and is now bringing those services to the North Platte area. Residential services, respite services, community services, and even day services. Hands of Heartland offers a full array of services from 24-hour supports to just a few hours per week. Learn more today online at handsofheartland.com. That's handsofheartland.com. Hands of Heartland, providing creative opportunities to live and grow.
Runza's grilled chicken sandwiches bring the flavor.
Yeah, but which one's the best?
That's not a fair question.
Barbecue's got Swiss cheese and that sweet smoky sauce.
But the smothered's a whole mood. Swiss cheese, mushrooms, grilled onions.
Then there's the classic simple tomato, lettuce, and mayo. Perfect. Yeah, you're right. It's impossible to pick.
Try Runza's grilled chicken sandwiches. 100% white meat chicken, however you like it. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Looking for a trusted insurance provider with years of experience? Fortify Group is the solution you need. For over 3 decades, we've been serving local farm and ranch customers. But did you know we also provide home, auto, and commercial coverage? As an independent agency, we work with multiple carriers to find you the personalized options and level of protection you need. There's more info at fortifygroup.net. Or stop by and visit with me, Kevin McGann, in our new location at 621 South Dewey in North Platte. And as always, rely on Fortify.
This is the Bulldog Pregame Show from FM 98.1 and 1410 AM. Presented by Quick Stop. Always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Welcome back here to the Doghouse, FM 98.1, AM 1410. Paxton Gordon here. That is Jeff Smeltzer right across from me. The dynamic duo is back to talk some sports here. It's time, Mr. Smeltzer, to jump into our Owls Lock and Safe keys to the game, securing North Platte and the surrounding areas for over 50 years. Now, both teams last year and potentially even this year, not the best when it comes to an overall shooting perspective. Both teams are going to be very, very dirty when it comes to how they're going to run things offensively and muck it up a little bit on the defensive side of things. Norfolk may not have the height, but they are very well built. They are very strong. And, of course, if this Dogs team goes the way that head coach Tyson Hammond likes to go, it's a lot of cuts into the paint. So it's going to be interesting to see who gets the upper hand. I think offensively just starts, you got to find a way to get the ball moving. You know, we've always talked about for years, whether it be with the boys or the girls, the team really struggles most when that ball just gets dribbled out of the arena and the air just starts to go flat with it. So, like, I'm really looking for this team to focus on moving the ball around a lot to find easy open looks, because you're not going to really be able to proficiently outshoot a team, specifically early on in the season as well.
Yeah. If Norfolk looked at the game film from Ogallala the other night, Ogallala full court press.
Yeah.
We had trouble handling that press, took the ball down the right side of the sideline, lost it numerous times over there. And again, it's only 2 weeks of practice. You probably haven't worked on a full court press break.
I don't think they've implemented full court press break to begin with.
So hopefully they can handle the ball better against pressure, get it across half court. They did try to go inside out a lot, look inside to Ava Franzen to try and kick it out to somebody. A very right-handed team. We stayed on the right-hand side of the court. Again, that's just 2 weeks into practice. Things will be corrected tonight. I think outside shots will fall. Norfolk looks like we match up very well height-wise.
Yes.
So I don't know if they're going to go with a man or a zone. Hopefully we stay man most of the time.
We are for both programs, a better man team than
defense,
a zone team, yeah.
But again, it all comes down to, especially the first game of the season, handle the basketball.
Don't panic.
Yeah.
Because, we've seen it with the Knights, women's team. You and I are very, very prominent in that, just because you take the stats and, of course, I do all the commentary. When you do rush and you get kind of, haywire with it, you lose your fundamentals. Specifically for a young team, that's always the biggest mark for a young team, is you just kind of let the moment be just a tad too big and you rush things. Yep. So it's easy for us to stand from the pedestal and be like, just don't panic when you have the ball in your hand. But really it is just kind of take a breath, survey what is given to you, and somebody will be open. It may not be pretty, but at some point someone is going to be open for you to at least get the ball forward or make a play.
And reverse the basketball.
Yes.
Don't keep it on the right-hand half of the court. Shots come on a reversal. That's where you get your open looks, make the defense move their feet. But again, tough to judge last week because they've got a whole other week of practice under their belt,
and that's
some game film to look
stuff.
at. So.
Yeah, and for defensively, we know what this team's going to offer. They're always aggressive. Doesn't matter if who they're bringing out there. For better or for worse, they're going to press in your face and just be right up there 24/7. And again, it's super easy for us to say there, but really for me defensively, it's just don't foul. Yeah. That was really a problem. Even though the Dogs are coming away with victories to start the year, that was our really big problem we had, was just the fouls were super excessive. Not even to start the year, but really all throughout the year. They had a lot of games where the fouls just got out of control, i.e. that McCook game. Yeah, where I think we went down to like the last player on the bench. Shout out to that, Hayden Hansen.
Hayden Hansen, I don't think she was on the roster, and we had to figure out.
We had to ask somebody in the crowd who was coming in.
She was in the book, but she just wasn't in our program
They ran
roster.
out of players so much in that game, but really that is also another thing for a young team, is they just foul. You don't move your feet, you don't communicate, so you're late to rotations and you commit fouls.
And the Lady Dogs play an aggressive style. So
yes, so it's bound to happen.
It comes with the territory.
So I at least just hope that if they commit fouls, it's really not on shots, and they pull it back just a tad bit. I don't want them really to overextend, because especially in a game like this, where the energy is going to be high from the get-go, we are potentially going to see, a bonus, maybe not even halfway into the first quarter. So try to do that, and then on turnovers, when it comes to turnovers, make them dead ball turnovers.
We
it's
talked
going to happen.
That a lot last year. The worst thing you do is turn that ball over between the top of the key and half court. The best thing you do is a dead ball turnover, but
especially if they're going to full court press you, that's where the most of those live ball turnovers are going to come from, is, in those situations like that where you're getting trapped along the sideline. So, again, it's really easy for us to say, but I think those are the real big keys that need to happen today, specifically for the Dogs if they want to come away with a victory. Against the Norfolk team, again, they didn't really win much last year, same as North Platte, 7-16 for the Panthers, 7-17 for North Platte High School. So this is a favorable matchup to start the year. Let's see if we can start it like we did last year.
And I think they were senior heavy, if I remember right. They may have had five or six seniors
they
on
were
their
pretty.
team.
They're still kind of senior heavy in air quotes. They have 6 seniors this year. Now, only 3 of them are starting, so it's not that much. But they are still a pretty senior-led team, but not as drastic as it was last season.
And I remember
for
last year
wanting
to get a hold of Thurman because I think they had a girl that hit 5 threes.
I remember that conversation because I think,
whoa.
because of course, the Knights do need some three-point shooting, of course, with Madison Shalene tearing her ACL. So it's going to be fun to see what's going on here. Again, Kiki Williams will not be present. I don't even know if she'll be present for the rest of even just this season for track and field. Of course, tearing her ACL during the off season. So wishing her the best road to her recovery, of course, and looking to see where she's going to go for college, because sadly we do have to say goodbye to her when it comes to this year being a senior.
Yeah,
not even just Kiki.
First 2 years she played a lot, and then last year she kind of had an ankle that bothered her a little bit.
Yeah, she had that knee. She had that really big knee injury that kind of kept her out for the longest time. Then she came back and then never was able to fully get healthy. And also, it'll be the last drive for people like Malia Harmon, Hayden Irvin, as the other seniors on this roster, and Ava Franzen for North Platte. We're only just a few minutes away. When we come back, we'll jump into our Double Dips Ice Creamery starting lineup. Jeff Smeltzer's going to ooh and ah for, 2-3 minutes with the beautiful new light show. If you haven't been here to North Platte, please do make it either for the boys game or the games tomorrow to see the awesome new light show that has been installed here at the Doghouse. So we'll be back in just a couple minutes with the start of the game here on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and of course, video live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream at northplattepost.com.
For over 85 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services agents have built relationships with you, one conversation at a time. And we're as committed as ever to providing you with that level of service. As part of your community, we're here for you, answering insurance questions and helping make sure your financial goals are on track.
In North Platte, visit Jay Engel at fbfs.com/find-and-agent.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Every step should feel great, but if foot pain, bunions, heel spurs, or injuries are slowing you down, Great Plains Foot and Ankle Specialists is here to help. Their expert team of doctors provide top-notch care, from routine foot health to advanced treatments and surgery. Whether you're an athlete, always on the go, or just tired of aching feet, they'll get you back on your feet pain-free. Step into comfort. Call Great Plains Foot and Ankle Specialists today, or see them online at gpfootandankle.com.
PuroClean of North Platte delivers fast water, mold, and fire damage restoration services to the North Platte area. PuroClean knows how challenging those times can be to you and to your family. Their Nebraska-based experts have a winning, reliable combination of training and equipment partnerships. Local, fast service in the North Platte area. Their average on-site time is 60 minutes, and they'll coordinate with your local insurance provider. Give PuroClean a call now at 1-800-775-7876 and schedule a visit from a member of the team at PuroClean in North Platte.
Hey, high school students, why wait to start college when you can begin transforming your future for free? Mid-Plains Community College is now offering free tuition for dual credit and early entry classes beginning this fall. Get ahead, save money, and transform your future while in high school. Talk to your high school guidance counselor or visit our website at mpcc.edu. That's mpcc.edu. Students are responsible for all course-related fees and must attend a Nebraska high school or Nebraska homeschool to qualify.
Experience the beauty of downtown North Platte and enjoy lunch or dinner at the Cedar Room. The Cedar Room is an unparalleled restaurant experience with this unique atmosphere where modern meets rustic. Enjoy a handcrafted cocktail made with the freshest ingredients by a master mixologist while dining from their delicious American fusion cuisine menu. Make a reservation by calling 308-532-4825 or reserve online at thecedarroomne.com. The Cedar Room, 505 North Dewey in beautiful downtown North Platte.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
See me, Shelter Agent Brent Rogo at 405 East C Street and find out why so many of our clients would recommend Shelter.
The Bulldogs play here on FM 98.1 and 1410 AM KOOQ. Merrick's Ranch House. Lunch specials Tuesday through Saturday with 2 sides, just $10. See them on Facebook. Dine in, order online, use DoorDash, or just call for carryout. Merrick's.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to the Doghouse, FM 98.1, AM 1410. It is time for our Double Dips Ice Creamery starting lineup. Tune in right now to NorthPlattePost.com to see the awesome new video board in effect on the court right now. I gotta say, I know Smelter is completely entranced right now, but this is kind of a cool experience if you ask me. I love what I see. But let's jump into our starting lineups here on the side of Norfolk and the Panthers. Senior Bo Caskey gets the start, sitting at 5'10". Atlee Bauman, the senior, also getting the start. Harper Fossum, the junior, getting the start. Bryn Peterson, senior, and Madeline Finneran also starting for the side of Norfolk and the Panthers. For North Platte High School and the Dogs, it's so cool to see their face on the middle of the court. It's unbelievable.
Oh, man, they're upside down.
No! Maybe they're directed towards the home fans.
They face the other side, yeah.
But still, in the start here, J.C. Burke, the junior for North Platte High School. Josie Douglas Jr. getting the start. J.C. Fox as well, starting for North Platte High School. The transfer from Hershey, Peyton Jones, the junior, getting the start. And the lone senior starter for North Platte High School, Miss Ava Franzen, getting the start as well. Again, the lone senior on the starting side, joined by Malia Harmon and Hayden Urban as the only other seniors on the basketball team. Well, Mr. Jeff Smeltzer, guess what time it is? It's time for some basketball. I can't believe I get to say that. First official game of the season. North Platte High School and the Bulldogs taking on Norfolk and the Panthers here for the 2025-2026 season. Records are reset. Last year is just a thing of the past. It's all about here and now. As Bo Caskey and Josie Douglas will be tipping off to start this ball game for either side. We're underway, and it's Josie Douglas who will get the initial tip. And up the court now with it, Peyton Jones for North Platte High School. Swinging it to the far side, Burke with it, trying to bounce pass it now to Douglas. Douglas guarded by Caskey. Douglas looking, now getting tied up with Bo Caskey, and that's going to be a turnover for the Dogs, following a jump ball from Bo Caskey, and now North Platte going to be the team to go full court to start this game off versus the Panthers.
Yeah, Norfolk opened up with an aggressive man-to-man defense that time and got Josie all tied up.
And now the other way come the Panthers to start their offense. Bauman with it in a double team, trying to get it down low to Caskey. Tip pass back to the outside to Peterson. It goes out of bounds.
The Bulldogs start out in the zone with a little bit of trapping action, trying to trap the guards up high.
With the way, again, this team is constructed, I'm not shocked they try to go to at least a start like that, as head coach Tyson Hammond and the team really pushing again for that defensive versatility, as J.C. Burke almost getting the steal. In the corner, driving goes Madeline Finneran, and that is a turnover with a travel for Finneran. And now here comes Norfolk with the full court press. Dogs, as you talked about, struggled against Ogallala in the preseason. They're actually going to have a near side inbounds, as it's Josie Douglas who will be initiating that inbounds. Now it looks like it's just going to be set straight man-to-man, as up the court now with it comes Peyton Jones. Jones now crosses over to the far side. They do get across half court. Good initial breakdown, and for the second time we'll set things up. Burke picking her dribble up, will sling it quickly here to Josie Douglas. Douglas around the perimeter guarded by Fossum. Now she steps back with 17 on the shot clock to reset the offense. Burke calling for a screen. Burke trying to drive in, picking her dribble up, pivoting around. It's almost stolen away as a three on the way from the side of Peyton Jones. No good. Fought for. Oh, Ava Franzen almost got the rebound. And it goes out of bounds here with 6:52 left to go in this first quarter. Still 0-0 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard.
Dogs need to be patient. The screen was there, and they just took off and made a drive to the basket before the screen was set.
And now here comes the pass to Bo Caskey on the near side. Caskey up the court, picking her dribble up, swinging it very, very far to the far side of Peterson. Almost stolen by the Dogs. Caskey picks it back up. Her shot short. Oh, and it goes out of bounds. Last touched by J.C. Fox. But there really is that bully ball style that comes from this Norfolk squad. Getting it down low to Bo Caskey, the senior.
Okay, get ready to get out to the corner. They're set up in kind of a
There's a wide open person here on the near side. Uh-oh, 3 on the way from Finneran. It's airballed, and Ava Franzen collects the rebound. As up the court now comes Josie Douglas with it. Swinging to the far side to Peyton Jones. Jones into the paint she goes. Down low to Franzen. She fires a 6-footer. Ava Franzen gets the first points for North Platte High School, and the Dogs breaking down this.
Oh, beautiful pass by Peyton Jones that time.
Yeah, breaking down this very
very
aggressive defense on the side of Norfolk as Caskey now passes the ball to the far side to Bauman. Bauman into the corner to Finneran. Finneran pivoting in a double team, trying to dribble around J.C. Fox. That ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Fox as Brooklyn Brands, 5'8" senior, checks in for Bryn Peterson. So far, with 6:01 left to go in this first quarter, both teams very aggressive offensively and defensively. Though no fouls. As they try to get the ball into Caskey, they just barely do. Bounce pass out to the perimeter. Wide open shot again for Finneran. This time she makes it. Madeline Finneran gets her first 3 points, and just like that, Norfolk takes the lead 3-2 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard. She airballed her first three-pointer today, but makes the second. And now what can the Dogs do? In the corner to Fox. Fox trying to find a screen or at least some help to get out of the corner. Fox picked up by Caskey. Ball gets tipped away. And now J.C. Fox with 16 on the shot clock, picking her dribble up, needing some help. Ball is going to be squirted away. Jones is able to still keep it in the half court.
10 seconds on the shot clock.
And now with 8 seconds, something needs to happen for North Platte. Into the corner to Douglas. Douglas, though, gets called for the travel as she tried to pivot around the perimeter, and that's another turnover for North Platte, second of this game, as we'll have a substitution. It's Nora Worrell checking in for the first time today, the freshman. I think she'll come in for J.C. Fox. So first official minutes for Nora Worrell, or number 44, as up the court now with the ball comes Harper Fossum, the freshman. Ooh, and a quick foul called by Berg. That's the first foul of today's game, Jeff Smeltzer. And
that's not too bad.
With 5:13, I mean.
Yeah, I got almost 3 minutes into it.
Also give credit to the officials. They're letting them play some ball early on here. The inbounds now from Fossum to Caskey. Swing past the other side. Driving in now comes Bauman. Her shot short. Fought for. Rebound on the side by Brooklyn Brands, and another foul called.
Well, we spoke too soon. 2 fouls in 6 seconds.
And that's going to be the first foul against Ava Franzen. So 2 quick fouls, and with that, to the free throw line goes Brooklyn Brands. As checking in now comes Aubrey Russell at the scorer's table. First free throw from Brands is off the mark, so Brooklyn Brands 0 for 1 to start this game off as Bo Caskey checks out. Again, both teams really looking to go with that bully ball style, especially with Aubrey Russell, who checks in, the 5'8" senior, built like a brick wall. As the second free throw from Brands is in. 1 for 2, that's her first points today, and now a 2-point lead for Norfolk, leading 4-2 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard. Douglas throwing it all the way up to 2-1 Peyton Jones.
There you go.
Jones will set things up, trying to get out of the double teams. Bounce pass down low to Nora Worrell. Ball's on the floor. Worrell trying to get something.
That should
and
be Bulldog possession.
It'll be a jump ball that'll go to North Platte. So it was the first trap the Dogs almost got caught in today. They had a good awareness from Peyton Jones to try and bounce it, pass it to Nora Worrell, but Aubrey Russell gets a little bit away with a reach in.
Maybe a different crew calls a foul on that one. But a nice look inside. It just didn't work out for the Dogs.
4-2 the lead on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard. Franzen gets the ball. They throw it all the way out to J.C. Burke. Burke backs down, finds Peyton Jones. Jones down low to Franzen. Franzen, and gets called for the travel. She had a little good look against Atlee Bauman, but unfortunately travels and turns the ball over. That is turnover number 3 for North Platte already in this first quarter. A 4-2 lead on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard in favor of the Panthers as Harper Fossum up the court to Russell. As Bo Katsky looks to check in, Fox as well as Annalie Terry also checking in for North Platte High School. Good defense from Peyton Jones, and Ava Franzen gets the steal and slings it over to Josie Douglas. Good defense by Franzen. And the Dogs now look to score. Oh, good pump fake as driving in, swinging it to the far side. Ava Franzen for three. Yes! And there's some good passing from North Platte High School. They take the lead 5-4 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard early on in this first quarter with 4:10 left to go as Russell's three off the mark. And Josie Douglas tries to bounce it off the leg and successfully does so of Brooklyn Brands. As Kaski checks in for Bauman, Franzen and Burke check out as Annalie Terry checks in as well as J.C. Fox.
Yeah, one of the question marks is how deep the Dogs will go. They've gone 7 deep so far. Or?
That's pretty good. Oh, almost a turnover as Annalie Terry picks that ball up. Jump stop now over to Peyton Jones. She drives in the paint. Jones, oh my gosh, up and under! Wow, Peyton
reverse.
Jones!
Nice.
And I think that was something that was sorely missed from last year's team, was just somebody who was proficient cutting into the paint. And Peyton Jones is that name, but she'll get dinged for her first foul. That's the third team foul. But man, Peyton Jones putting in a good impression already.
A pretty little reverse move there. I like it. I like that drive, like that aggressiveness.
An early 7-4 lead on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard for North Platte High School as in the corner they give it to Finneran. Finneran down low to Russell.
Nora.
Russell up and in as unfortunately for Nora Worrell, she gets called for the foul against Aubrey Russell. And if you're just going to keep jumping like that.
Didn't need to bite on that head fake. Just go straight up. You got the height advantage.
Fourth team foul for the Dogs early on here in this first quarter as trying to complete the and one, Aubrey Russell. 7-6, and she makes the second. She has 3 whole points, and now we're tied once again on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard, 7-7. Early on in quarter number 1, Douglas slips it in now to Peyton Jones. Jones going to get a screen from Worrell. Now in a double team. Cross pass court to Fox. They go down low to Nora Worrell. It's off of her fingertips. Nora Worrell trying to pick it up. Ball's on the floor, and it's picked up by Norfolk. Throw all the way up the court to Bo Kaski. Kaski, no good, and there's 2 quick fouls.
That's 2 fouls on Peyton. That dug on it.
Already, and that's J.C. Burke having to check in. And, after we made
not much you could do. You got to stop the layup.
Yeah.
Fast break.
Again, you can't really falter on that one, but after us making the great compliment 5 minutes into the game that there was no fouls after that, quick 5 as a team after that, and Bo Kaski to the free throw line, and she'll make the first one. That's her first points today as J.C. Fox checks in for Peyton Jones. Good first stint, though, even with the 2 fouls for Peyton Jones.
Yeah, no, really good quarter. Yeah, nice-looking player there.
Late substitutions as Bryn Peterson checks in, as well as Atlee Bauman for Norfolk and the Panthers. 3:09 left to go in this first quarter. An 8-7 lead for the Panthers here in the first game of the season for either side. Second free throw bounces off, and there's an easy rebound for Aubrey Russell, and it's stolen away by J.C. Burke, and a foul is called. That foul's going to go against Harper Fossum, the junior.
Well, I'm going to make a hometown comment here. That's only the first foul versus 5 against North Platte.
Okay, Mr. Bias, we see how it is there, but I agree with you. Here's Josie Douglas now with the basketball. Up the court she goes, trying to turn tempo against Fossum. Now picks her dribble up, pivoting around, needing help. Finds Burke, very far near the logo. Burke picks her dribble up to Fox. Fox getting a screen from Nora Worrell. Fox driving into Bo Kaski, trying to find Nora Worrell, and now in some trouble and a jump ball, and that will go the way of Norfolk. And there's that dilemma of trying not to dribble the air out of the ball.
Yep.
And unfortunately for Burke, she gets caught, Fox here on the near sideline gets caught in a double team, and that's a jump ball that goes the way of Norfolk. Atlee Bauman slowing things down for the Panthers. They lead by 1. Oh, stolen away almost by Atlee Terry, and that's a foul for
I'm not going to
Terry.
dispute it. It probably was. Good aggression, though.
And because of that now, we're going to see the bonus for Norfolk for the first time here today.
Free throw's good.
And so, yes, the first free throw in from Bryn Peterson is good as Ava Franzen checks in for Nora Worrell. 9-7 early on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard. As here comes another free throw from Peterson. Off the edge, no good. Rebounded by Bo Caskey. Caskey puts it back up and in.
Cannot give up offensive rebounds on a free throw.
Yeah, off the free throw. That's just easy money, and a travel going to be called against Ava Franzen. And now head coach Tyson Hammond having a conversation with the officials as Franzen gets tied up, I believe, with Caskey, and turnover for North Platte. 11-7 now on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard early on here in quarter number 1. Ball on the floor. They get the balls out to the perimeter. Ooh, almost stolen by J.C. Burke. Fozip.
Oh. That was.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing he could have done there.
No.
That was clearly a foul against Atlee Bauman as Josie Douglas gave her a shove right in the back.
Can't argue that one either.
First foul for Douglas, and that's now foul number 7 for North Platte High School early on in this first quarter. As to the free throw line, Bauman goes, and she makes the Dogs pay. She goes so far 1 for 1 for the senior, and it's 12-7 as a check-in now looking to be Madeline Finneran. Second free throw up and in as Bauman goes 2 for 2. Again, after a good start, it's kind of fallen apart a little bit towards the end of this quarter.
How many free throws you got for Norfolk? How many made free throws?
Oh, boy. 5 already in this first quarter compared to how much.
That's almost the difference in the.
Yeah, in the points so far. So far, it's a 6-point lead for Norfolk.
Dogs got to realize you're in the bonus now. Quit fouling.
Yeah, that throw up now to J.C. Burke. Down low they go to Franzen. Mismatch. Franzen goes up with it, and there's a beautiful move by Ava Franzen. Saw the mismatch against Atlee Bauman and was able to score down low easy. Russell on the perimeter, looking around the perimeter to find somebody. Now starts dribbling. Russell swings out to Atlee Bauman. Now Bauman, guarded by Terry. Bauman driving into the paint, and an offensive, I'm going to say a moving screen. Or an offensive charge against the side of Norfolk, and that's going to go against Bryn Peterson, her first. Or in the second team foul for
Glad
Norfolk.
that got called, because the other cardinal sin is don't let them beat you with their dominant hand.
Yeah, that's Jeff Smeltzer's worst cardinal sin.
Don't let them beat you with their right hand.
As here comes Fox around the perimeter now, driving it on Russell. Uh-oh, almost lost the basketball. Good rip away, and a foul going to be called against Bryn Peterson. That's 2 quick ones. Don't know about. Trying to stay unbiased here. That one might have been a little close. I might as well just let that one play out. As checking in Brooklyn Brands for Norfolk, as well as Harper Fossum. So essentially back to the starting lineup now for Norfolk minus Peterson. Douglas inbounding the basketball, trying to find somebody. Looking, running out of time, all the way back to J.C. Burke. Now she drives in on Caskey, floats one from 16, ow, it's in! And the foul, J.C. Burke with a beautiful move against Bo Caskey, and draws the foul from behind. And just like that, the Dogs trail by 2 now. As checking in for the first time today, Hayden Hansen for Adelaide Terry. Good little pump fake by Burke to get Caskey rocking one side and then executed nice with a beautiful shot. And now to put it within 1, it's in. Dogs were not a very good free throw shooting team last year, but in their first try today, get one. It's 13-12 now on our State Farm agent. Bobby Hull's scoreboard, and a timeout going to have to be called on the side by Brent Polari as the Panthers were just about to not get that ball over the line. Timeouts are brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. Check out Mr. Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group at his location, 621 South Dewey, Sweet Beat. After a 6-point lead was sprung up by Norfolk just a couple of seconds ago, the Dogs battle back and now just trail by 1.
Well, I hate to jinx the Bulldogs, but I'll tell you this right
Knocking
now.
on wood.
So far, they're 5 of 6 from the floor.
That's really good.
Excellent shooting to start out.
And I remember we had conversations before the game even started being like, ooh, both teams are not looking proficient from the field already in pregame warm-ups. And for the Dogs go 5 of 8. That's a pretty good start. And the good
5 of 6.
5 of 6. And I think the best part about it is they're moving the ball well. There's been a couple of moments where the ball has died. Let's be real here. There's been a couple of turnovers from that margin. But holistically, the ball is moving really well, and they're finding the open man for a good basket.
And of the 5 field goals, 3 of them came off assists. So
yeah,
sharing the basketball.
And that was the thing we were looking for, is just to not dribble the air out of the ball specifically in this first game. And so far for North Platte, doing a pretty darn good job of it. Still early on, first quarter here.
Share the sugar.
And you know us, we love some sugar. 13-12 on our State Farm agent. Bobby Hull scoreboard timeouts are brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group. Also, thank you to our other Sports Zone sponsors for today's game. Justin Thompson Agency, American Family Insurance. The ever-changing industry standards, they pride themselves on top-notch customer service no matter what type of insurance you're looking for. Out of that timeout, it's Adelie Bauman who picks up her first 3 today. 16-12. That might be a turnover for the Dogs. No, they're able to pick it up. Yep, and now the Dogs might run out of time.
There we go, timeout.
Head coach Tyson Hammond calls a timeout after what would have been a turnover.
It was 8 seconds deep into that 10-second count.
So Norfolk has moved from their just straight-up man-to-man full-court press to now a trapping one, and you can kind of already tell how dysfunction the Dogs get when they have to face a trapping zone defense, specifically in the full court.
Slow down.
16-12 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard. Thank you again also to our other Sports Zone sponsors for today's game. Bill Summers, Ford, Honda, Nissan. Great Plains Foot and Ankle. Larry's Glass, Shelter Insurance agents Pete Voles and Brett Rogo, as well as Cole Johnson with High Street Insurance. Jeff Smeltzer, it's 5:55, and outside it is a nice 42 degrees, so it's nice and warm in here, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Our time and temperature is always brought to you in part by Cole Johnson with High Street Insurance. So out of the timeout, the Dogs praying to get across half court following this full court trap from the Panthers of Norfolk. They lead now by 4 following the three-pointer from Adelie Bauman. As here comes an inbounds for North Platte High. It's Ava Franzen on the far side trying to find an inbounds. Franzen gets the play started. Finds Josie Douglas. And now they're going to that single-man full-court press as checking back in comes Aubrey Russell for Norfolk. Far side Burke gets it to Hansen. Hayden Hansen back to J.C. Fox at around the logo. Now here to the near side to Burke. Back to Hansen. Hansen with 10 seconds drives, kicks to Douglas. 8 seconds, she pulls up for a deep 3 off the iron, no good. Fought for and a good rebound by J.C. Burke. And now J.C. Fox trying to bounce it down low to Franzen. Franzen almost gets called for a double dribble, and there she is. Gets called for the double dribble, turning it over, and Aubrey Russell checks in for Norfolk as Adelie Terry looks to check right back in for North Platte. As J.C. Burke will check out with 11.7 seconds left to go. Franzen just trying to do a little too much down low, gets drawn for the turnover following the double dribble. The inbounds gets to Russell here. Russell, quick bounce pass on over to Finneran. Finneran throws the ball out of bounds, and with 7 seconds now, North Platte has an opportunity as Burke will check right back in for North Platte. As Adelie Terry checks out. Again, trying to protect the players just in case of fouls.
I might bring Jones back in, too, just for an offensive possession.
Yes, yeah, I agree. I can agree on that one as Josie Douglas will inbound the ball. 7.6 seconds left to go in this first quarter. As North Platte, they get the ball in to Fox. Oh, no, I say that, and it's stolen away by Madeline Finneran. Finneran's shot is up, and it's good. And with 3 seconds left to go here in this first quarter, the Dogs will end up trailing 18-12 when we come back to quarter number 2 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard on FM 98.1 and AM 1410.
Celebrating merry miles ahead with their final drive of 25. Your best chance to wrap up the year in a brand new ride. With powerful trucks to fuel-saving sedans and family-ready SUVs, it's the perfect time to upgrade with incredible year-end savings, flexible financing, and the friendly service you know and trust. They're here to help you enjoy the ride. From their family to yours, they wish you a joyful holiday season and merry miles ahead in 2026. Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan. Online at billsummers.com.
Merry Christmas! Craving bold flavors and authentic Chinese cuisine? Look no further than Szechuan Famous Foods. From spicy Szechuan classics to mouth-watering dumplings, fresh sushi, their dishes are crafted with the freshest ingredients and traditional recipes. Whether you're dining in or taking out, every bite is a taste of China. Visit Szechuan Famous Foods today, where flavor is always first. Located at 320 Rodeo Road, or order online at SzechuanFamous.com for carryout or delivery. Your taste buds will thank you.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to the Doghouse, FM 98.1, AM 1410. It is second quarter action here on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard, an 18-12 lead for Norfolk and the Panthers. Again, timeouts and quarter breaks brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group. His location, 621 South 2E, Sweet Pea. Well, Jeff Smeltzer, we need to open the Jeff Smeltzer Bible because another cardinal sin was committed before the end of that first quarter. As I got to unpause it. There you go.
Yeah, you throw that ball inbounds. Throw it in the backcourt. Don't throw it right at the midcourt line where your teammate doesn't know.
Uh-oh, as that's going to be stripped away there on the side of the Panthers as an offensive foul against Josie Douglas quickly here in start of the second quarter. It's her second.
That's 2 on her as well.
Yeah.
So.
As she got tangled up on the floor with Harper Fossum.
Leading the way for the Bulldogs in that first quarter was Ava Franzen with 7 points.
For the side of the Panthers, Atlee Bauman had 5 points, including a 3 as well. Stolen away by Peyton Jones, and here comes Jones the other way. She'll slow it down. Down low to Nora Worrell. Where's the foul? But it doesn't matter. She gets the bucket either which way. Man, Peyton Jones.
Another beautiful pass by Peyton
Jones. I know.
Jones.
She's looking on point today, and also great feed.
Nice finish by Nora.
Great finish from Nora Worrell, the freshman, in the quarter. Russell for 3. Way off the mark, and Douglas is going to collect the rebound. There's that trapping double, and they'll give it off to Franzen and disperse. And here comes North Platte the other way, trailing by 4, 18-14 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard. Man, look, there goes Jones. Oh, she tries to kick it out to J.C. Burke, but it's turned over as the other way comes Bauman. Bauman, no good, as Worrell's going to fight for the rebound, and it's going to be a jump ball, and it will go the way of Norfolk, but good idea, but I don't think that Peyton Jones saw Bauman just sitting right in front of J.C. Burke.
She saw an open person out there on the three-point line and just didn't see the defender in between.
She might have maybe tried to have gone up with it under the basket. She might have had a better look at that one.
Another one of those reverse layups.
That's true, as here comes a 3, inside the little line 3 from Caskey, as that ball is going to be rebounded by Madeline Finneran. And now Caskey swings out a 3 on the way, no, short from Fossum, rebounded by Peyton Jones. As Jones, with tempo, will take it the other way for North Platte High School. Jones gets the screen, picking her dribble up, needing help. Hands it off now to Franzen. Franzen wasn't looking, and she turns the ball over as here comes Finneran the other way, up the court to Brands. Brands, yes. Yeah. Brooklyn Brands with the bucket. Good defense, though, at least in the transition for Peyton Jones. And now it's a 20-14 lead on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard with 6:14 left to go. As here comes J.C. Fox checking back in for North Platte High. Into the corner now to Burke. Down low to Worrell. Worrell with a mismatch. Oh, swatted away. And a foul will be called. I wonder if that's going to go against Finneran. And it will be against Madeline Finneran, her first. And you know what I love about Nora Worrell? The second she gets that ball, boom, right on the floor to bounce it and then get set. As into the game comes Bryn Peterson as Franzen checks out. Again, so far, really haven't had many quarrels or qualms with this North Platte offense. I think they were looking really, really good with distributing and finding the open man. Douglas running out of time, throwing it all the way now to Burke. Burke driving into the paint, kicks to Jones. Jones to Douglas. Douglas dribbles around the perimeter, backs down, and thought about going into the paint, but with 27 seconds, swings it out to Burke. Now to Jones on the left side, guarded by Caskey. To Douglas, she sets up for 3! No, off the iron, rebounded by Burke. Burke into the paint. Where's the foul? And it's going to be rebounded by Bo Caskey. That should have been a foul against J.C. Burke. They go into the corner now. Picked up somehow by Fossum. And a travel by Harper Fossum and a turnover for the Panthers. Here with 5:36 left to go before halftime. Peyton Jones now up the court. Norfolk not really applying that same pressure they did in the first quarter against North Platte High School. As Jones, with patience, crossed the half-court line. Now on the near sideline, dribbles into the paint. How about Peyton Jones? No good. Whirl fighting for the rebound, and a foul will be called against Atlee Bauman. Good rebound by Norrell Whirl, but an even better look and drive by Peyton Jones. So Whirl to the first time today to the free throw line. She has 2 points in this game. 20-14 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard. First free throw is in. 1 for 1. Dogs 2 for 2 so far from the free throw line. As checking back into the game comes Madeline Finneran, as out goes Brooklyn Brands. So full starting lineup now for Norfolk. We're only going 7 deep tonight. Dogs, I think, have gone 8 deep.
8 deep,
yeah. They've gone 8 deep tonight in this contest. As Whirl looking to go 2 for 2.
Might have a lane violation, but no.
That's now perfect from the free throw line for North Platte. They're 3 for 3 in this game and only a 4-point lead for the Panthers. Up the court, they get it now to Peterson. Peterson bounce pass to Caskey.
Oh, that looked like a travel.
That looked like a double dribble as well, as Caskey's shot is off the mark. Oh, Whirl almost got the rebound. It's off of the official, and it is Norfolk ball. Coming in defensively for the Dogs, one thing, a little nitpick, is they need to come down stronger with the basketball. They've had a couple of possessions.
They get those rebounds and they bring them way too low.
Yeah, and they're getting tipped out as Caskey hop steps in, and there's Bo Caskey, shot off the mark, rebounded and stolen away by Josie Douglas as she stripped it from Atlee Bauman. Oh, and there's a carry against Josie Douglas and another turnover for North Platte. Dogs have been the team that's committed more turnovers, but a lot of them have come off of dead ball turnovers, minus the one to end the first quarter. And with 5 minutes, a 4-point lead for the Panthers, 20-16. With the basketball, Bauman. She dribbles to the far side, guarded by Burke. Now picking her dribble up, in some trouble. Tries to get it inside, somehow does so to Peterson. Back to Bauman. Now to Finneran. They get that ball to Fossum. Finneran to Caskey. Swinging out, 3 on the way from Atlee Bauman. No, off the back iron. Oh, and it's going to go through 2 Dogs' hands, Fox and Burke.
Yep.
And it goes out of bounds. Another opportunity for North Platte that just falls to the wayside when it comes to their rebounding. 20-16, another inbounds, this time for Harper Fossum. Fossum gets that ball in, but Norrell Whirl's there to steal it. Wow, somehow it's picked up, and they'll call the travel. So Whirl was able to pick it up at first. Peterson strips it away, but falls down with the ball in her hand and travels. So a turnover for Norfolk.
Gonna go a little token full court man-to-man pressure.
And now here's Peyton Jones back to Josie Douglas.
Just clear out for her.
And now Douglas trying to back down and hand it off to Peyton Jones. Jones does cross the half-court line. Burke, she thought about it, but now will step up for 3, a little off balance. Douglas got almost the rebound. Whirl gets it, and a foul called against Norrell Whirl against Bo Caskey. Second foul for Caskey as Aubrey Russell has to check back in, probably for Caskey. Foul number 3 for the Panthers, and Norrell Whirl, who is, again, 2 for 2 from the line to start, now at the free throw line with those bright exotic shoes. Pink and a lime green, maybe a little bit of a neon yellow. Ooh, rims in and out. She has a pretty light, pretty short free throw when it comes to how she fires it. So it's always going to probably hit front rim first before it hits back rim.
Yeah, she's got her deer hunting shoes on. She's got her, her orange, her hunter's orange.
Shout out to all the hunters out there. Hunting season underway.
There
she
we go.
makes the second. So far, North Platte has only missed 1 free throw today. They're, I think, 4 for 5 as that bounce pass gets to Finneran. Finneran with some speed slows things down and backs out to the logo to reset for Norfolk. Finneran, ball's on the floor. She picks it back up. And Bauman, that's out of bounds. It goes behind the
Good hands
court
by Josie Burke.
Yep. Running out of time here. Norfolk has to get the ball across, and they do so to Peterson. Peterson now, a foul for... Double dribble called against Harper Fossum.
Okay.
A little lucky there because Burke would have been...
I thought maybe that was a foul.
That would have been the second foul for Burke if it came across. And now here comes again that full court man pressure for Norfolk as Jones gets the ball. Passes it back to Josie Douglas, and they show that initial pressure trying to get a trap, and then if they don't get it, Norfolk just backs out. Douglas now turning the corner with some speed. Lost the ball, and it goes out of bounds last touch, and she was looking for a foul against Harper Fossum, but just got a little too reckless with the ball and turns it over. 20-17. on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard is
comes Ava Franzen.
Yeah, Josie Douglas subs out for the first time today. Ava Franzen checking back in. That ball gets up to Russell. Russell hands it off to Finneran. Finneran on a 4-on-1 fast break, bounces it back to Russell, and Norfolk will reset their offense with 3:39 left to go in this first half. A 20-17 lead for the Panthers. Swing it to Finneran here. She kicks it. Bauman with it. Another good pass. They try to get it down low to Russell. Russell back to the perimeter. Finneran for three. No good. Oh, wow. Russell collides with her teammate. Bryn Peterson. That ball goes out of bounds on an air ball.
That was a pretty good collision. They both going for the rebound that time. And
have that rather than nobody getting the rebound. So another inbounds for North Platte. Fox gets the ball into Peyton Jones. Uh-oh. Oh, and she gets fouled by Bryn Peterson. And that's the third foul for Peterson. So checking back in comes Brooklyn Brands for Norfolk. May have been a little unlucky for Peterson as Peyton Jones, I think, just naturally slipped.
Yeah.
20-17 as the inbounds now gets to Peyton Jones. Jones slowly up the court now, gets across, and North Platte reestablishes. Worrell with the screen. Jones looking, finds J.C. Fox. They try to get it down low to Nora Worrell. Fox on the baseline, needing some help, running out of time. Still looking for some help all the way up to Franzen. That's a bad pass by J.C. Fox. Turned over as here comes Fozzum the other way. She lost the ball for a second. And a travel called on Madeline Finneran. Fox got a little too hectic with the ball in the corner.
Try and feed the post. You might get a foul in there. Don't throw it out to the top of the key.
And just like that, Josie Douglas and Natalie Terry check in. I think Peyton Jones is checking out, as well as J.C. Fox. Been scoreless for the past 3 minutes, still 20-17 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard, as Douglas will reestablish herself as the point guard and take the ball up. Hands it off to Terry, and she almost lost the ball, and a foul is going to be called against Atlee Bauman. That's number 2 for Bauman, and that's number 5 as a team for Norfolk. So after what was a tough start for North Platte in the first quarter, it's actually Norfolk.
Yeah, now it's just a reversal on team fouls.
Yeah, so now it's North Platte to the free throw line, and they've only missed so far, if I remember correctly, just one today. I think they're 4 or 5, right, Smeltzer? Or 3 or 4?
3 or 4 plus 1 of what? Yeah, 4 or 5.
Yeah, 4 or 5. Well, you know, I just opened my big fat mouth, and there we go. There's the second miss today for the Dogs. 2:51 left to go. A 3-point lead for the Panthers. As Atlee Terry, her second. Much better off the iron, no good. Good rebound by Worrell, but it bounces out to Josie Douglas. She lobs it up now to Terry. Terry lost control of the ball, now swings it to Burke. Burke into the lane to Franzen. Back to Terry. Terry backing down her defender to Burke. She sets up for 3. Bang! From J.C. Burke, another 3, and just like that, Jeff Smeltzer, we're tied on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard, 20-20.
Good find by Terry that time to find the wide open Burke for the 3.
A little hectic with the basketball, but somehow it got to J.C. Burke, and that's now a 3-pointer. Up and under, and a foul will be called against Harper Fozzum. Hopefully that's not Josie Douglas. Nope, it's Ava Franzen.
I think that's her second.
Yeah, and now checking back in comes J.C. Fox. So North Platte going 8 deep in their rotation today. That's 1 more than what Norfolk's doing. So to the free throw line comes Harper Fozzum.
The lefty.
As Fozzum makes the first one. Shout out to all the lefties out there. Kiana Jackson, also a lefty for North Platte Community College.
Yes, she is.
First points for Fozzum today. It's 21-20 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard, and she nails the second. Now a 2-point lead for the Panthers. Both teams have been shooting the free throws pretty good today. As Douglas did lose the basketball, and now trying to find some help. Gets it to Atlee Terry at the logo, and North Platte resets. Burke now with it. Swings it to Fox. Now to Douglas on the opposite wing. Terry with 16 on the shot clock. Terry! Ooh, and a moving screen against Nora Worrell, I think. Yep, that's against Worrell. Believe that'll be team foul number 3 for North Platte High School. Second for Nora Worrell. And a turnover offensively for the Dogs. Bauman to the near side with it to Finneran. Finneran cross-courts it back to Bauman. Into the paint they go. Peterson. Oh, and a good block by Norrell Whirl, and Russell trying to get in there. Douglas needs some help, and the ball is still on the floor, fighting for it, and that's a jump ball that goes the way of North Platte. Good block from Norrell Whirl.
It was, yep.
But a little hectic trying to get that ball back. 22-20 as Fox now will be inbounding. Here comes again that full court press by Norfolk, which will dissipate. As up the court now comes Fox to Douglas on the far side. Josie Douglas again past Brooklyn Brands. Douglas into the paint. She goes up for the layup. No, way off the mark. And it's going to be fought for. Peterson gets it. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by Norfolk. Last touch by Norfolk, and it is. Trying to scoop it up and under, but unfortunately just a little off the mark. But North Platte will be inbounding the ball underneath the basket with 1:20 left to go here in this second quarter. On our State Farm agent, Bobby Hull scoreboard. Terry, top of the three-point line, drives in. Terry has that ball stripped away by Finneran. The other way now with it comes Madeline Finneran. Finneran blocked by J.C. Fox.
Nice job.
And that's just great transition defense by the Dogs, not committing a foul, but getting a good block.
Yep. Good hustle.
And now a fresh 30 on the shot clock for the Panthers. 1:10 left to go here in this second quarter. As the inbounds from Bauman. Bauman all the way out to Finneran on the perimeter. She thought about the three, drives in on Burke into a double team, and a foul going to go against Natalie Terry maybe. Ooh, if that's against Burke, that might be pretty big. And it's against J.C. Burke. That might be number 3 for Burke.
Oh, her second.
Number 2, so good.
I kind of thought she was falling down on that.
I agree. I thought she was tripped up already before the foul was initiated. Brantz down low, stolen away by J.C. Fox. I believe Burke got a finger on it. And with a minute left to go, here comes Josie Douglas the other way. A 2-point lead for Norfolk with under a minute left to go. Fox in some trouble. Oh, boy, tried to bounce pass it to Whirl. Now that's going to be getting somehow to Natalie Terry. Back to Douglas. Douglas for 3. Oh, toilet bowls in and out before it's rebounded there by Aubrey Russell. And a foul against, oh no.
Now it's 3.
J.C. Burke, there's number 3, and here comes Hayden Hansen.
Pick up your third 80 feet away from the basket.
And send him to the free throw line as well. Yep. So both teams are in the bonus now. And Aubrey Russell to the free throw line. She completed her lone free throw on an and one. She has 3 points. Making number 4 as that's nothing but net. As Hansen checks in, and checking out comes J.C. Burke. Now, I don't think we'll be seeing Peyton Jones for the rest of this first half with Hayden Hansen checking in. 3-point lead for the Panthers, 23-20 on our State Farm agent. Bobby Hull scoreboard, that's off the mark. Fought for Terry, tries to get the rebound, but it's Aubrey Russell who bullies her way through Terry. Strips it from her, and now it's a 5-point lead with 28 seconds left to go. Fox into the paint. Fox up for the layup. Whirl gets a great rebound. Norrell Whirl, wow! A whirlwind play by Norrell Whirl. See what I did there? Spinner in now at the court with 15 seconds left. Bauman back to Finneran. Finneran on the right wing. Back to Bauman with 7 seconds. Into the lane. Up she goes. Wow, what a shot by Atlee Bauman. 7 points, 1 second. Douglas, full court heave is off the mark, but we're going to go into halftime. Jeff Smeltzer, a 27-22 lead for the side of the Panthers of Norfolk.
Very competitive, and really impressed with the hustle of the Bulldogs, both offensively and defensively.
Honestly, I don't even know what there is really to complain about or really, nitpick, really. There's a couple that you can nitpick, but, honestly, overall for the first game of the season, got to be pretty happy with how not only this team is playing, but the game as a whole has been going.
4 free throws on my side. How many free throws for the Panthers?
I don't know if you want to know that number. That number is quite a lot. We've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 9.
9 free throws made? Yeah.
Oh, not made, but in
Oh.
total 9. I think they've made so far 7 out of their 9.
7
I
out
have
of-
a rough
yeah.
estimate. Actually, I think they made 8 out of 9. They've only missed one so far.
So it's a
from
5-point
Brands.
game, and they've got a 4 free throw free throw advantage over the Dogs.
And really, again, there is that number right there as to why we're at that point. But again, really impressive first half for North Platte High School on the girls' side. We'll step aside, take a break. When we come back, we'll discuss more about the girls' basketball and what's going on with them. We come back here to the Doghouse on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream at NordPlattePost.com.
Husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
See me, Pete Foltz, at 501 South Jeffers for a free insurance review.
Personalized care with one goal, to keep you moving and enjoying life. Dr. Anthony Martin is now seeing patients at Great Plains Health Orthopedics, fellowship trained in hand and upper extremity surgery. Dr. Martin treats carpal tunnel, tennis elbow, arthritis, and trauma fractures throughout the body and is fluent in Spanish. Schedule today at 308-568-3800.
Your health is our mission. Great Plains Health.
Experience the beauty of downtown and enjoy lunch or dinner at the Cedar Room. The Cedar Room is an unparalleled restaurant experience with this unique atmosphere where modern meets rustic. Enjoy a handcrafted cocktail made with the freshest ingredients by a master mixologist while dining from their delicious American fusion cuisine menu. Make a reservation by calling 308-532-4825 or reserve online at thecedarroomne.com. The Cedar Room, 505 North Dewey in beautiful downtown North Platte.
In a lawsuit, a little extra liability protection can go a long way. I'm Justin Thompson at the Justin Thompson Agency. A personal umbrella policy from American Family Insurance offers $1 million or more of coverage over and above the limits of your auto and home policy. And it's affordable. Contact Justin at the Justin Thompson Agency at 501 South Dewey Street or call 534-2400 today.
American Family Insurance.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to the Doghouse, FM 98.1, AM 1410. Jeff Smeltzer alongside me, Paxton Gordon here. It's halftime, 27-22 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard. Timeouts brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group, as well as our other Sports Zone sponsors for today's game. Puro Clean. They're at my apartment complex right now, fixing all the carpet after our flood that happened a long time ago, so good to see them. Great Plains Health Sports and Therapy, as well as Jay Engel with Farm Bureau Financial Services. Well, Jeff Smeltzer, it is a 5-point lead for the side of the Panthers here in the end of the first half, 27-22. Honestly, and I talked about it and hinted about it, really just nitpicky stuff I have to say about how the Bulldogs have played so far in this first quarter, first half.
You got to be happy with that. Effort was great. You got some people finding their way, and how about Nora Worrell figuring it out? 7 points here in the first half as a freshman, first varsity game. She looks good.
J.C. Burke continues to look good. Josie Douglas, it's really, I'm very just super impressed. You know, again, I hate to be that guy. You know, Ogallala to Norfolk is a little bit of a difference in terms of just their standings right now. But the way they've handled the opening game at home, which is sometimes normally going to be a trap game for a team as young as North Platte High School, to really go up against a very senior-heavy Norfolk squad and only be trailing here at the end at the halftime by 5, pretty good.
And there's fouls, but only one with 3. So, I mean, there's about, 4 girls with 2 fouls. But
it's J.C. Burke, the only one with 3 fouls right now. Unfortunately, it's your guards right now that have the foul troubles. Douglas, Burke, as well as Peyton Jones. But in that, I don't really have too many issues with some of the fouls that have gone on. It felt like last year it was just a sea of fouls. You know, we'd see teams getting the bonus, and then they just wouldn't stop fouling. And so far for North Platte, I haven't been overly, upset with what's been going on foul-wise for them, offensively and defensively.
And you've done this first half without Josie Douglas scoring. So she's been held scoreless
and she
here.
Was your
leading returning scorer.
Yeah, and she's somebody who can heat up pretty quickly. So to see how efficient this offense has really been without her, as you said, putting a point together, again, it just even adds more excitement and positivity around what this program's doing because, Coach Hammond talked about how they want to get that ball into the paint to initiate their offense. And I think it's good to see a big actually use their height to their advantage. North Platte has had some tall players, but they haven't really been able to exploit that height super well over the years. And I know it's only one game, but so far in the short time that I have seen Nora Worrell out there, she's doing a good job of using her height to her advantage. She said 7 points so far.
7 points, 3 rebounds and a block. So, in limited minutes, I don't know how many minutes she got.
She's probably the highest one off the bench, I
maybe
assume.
She's got 8 minutes, maybe 9.
Yeah, 8 to 9, which is, again, pretty efficient to have 7 points in her 8 to 9 minutes. And it's really good. It's really, you can see when she's in the offense, just kind of feels a little better just because you have a big, it's so easy to throw it to a big body down low. I think Ava Franzen is stronger than Nora Worrell, but the thing is, it's tough to throw it into Ava Franzen, who's sitting, unfortunately, not at 6 foot tall.
5'8" or 5'9".
Yeah, 5'8", yeah. But we say that, but Franzen has 7 points as well.
Yep. Yes, she does. Yep. Started happening as the first half progressed. Dogs were getting a little more patient, waiting for their screens.
Yes.
First half, they take off before the screen could ever get there. And whoa, just slow down, ladies. It'll get there. So, they're right in it. 5 points isn't much.
No, because there's been some games where we're at the end of halftime. We're like, oh, boy, 10, 12 points. You're like, how do you claw that back? But 5 is manageable.
Yeah, and great effort. And again, you're doing that without Josie Douglas scoring a point. So,
and again, at some point, she's going to score.
She's going to score.
Yeah, this is not just like a, will she arrive?
Right.
She will most certainly arrive at some point. And I think if there's one thing we need to nitpick just a little bit, I think the rebounding could be just a little better. Not that I'm saying that they're not in the right position to get the rebounds. They're just not really coming down with it, I think, properly. To be fair, it's not like, Norfolk's beating them out of the water. I think they have so far, they have 7 total rebounds, right? Oh, actually 8 rebounds comparatively to Norfolk.
13.
Yeah, okay, so North Platte is beating them, but it just feels like it should be a little bit more wholeheartedly.
And just some of it's just first game, you just don't have your hands there. You're bobbling the ball, and or it gets taken. Get the rebound, it gets taken away from you.
That's true.
Be a little stronger with that ball, and I like the chances here. I think we're in a good spot. The press really hasn't hurt us much.
No,
they tried the full court man, then they tried a little trapping, and
I'm kind of surprised at how relaxed their full court has been. After when they started really aggressive on the full court, they've kind of backed it out. Once that ball initially gets in, they kind of immediately send them back instead of trying to apply that trap.
Now, second half, they might change that.
I agree. I wouldn't be shocked if we do see that. But quick stop halftime show, 27 locations open 24 hours a day. Jeff Smeltzer, when we come back, it is second half action time. Again, the Dogs trailing Norfolk and the Panthers by 5. 27-22 here at the Doghouse on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream, NorthPlattePost.com.
Experience the beauty of downtown North Platte and enjoy lunch or dinner at the Cedar Room. The Cedar Room is an unparalleled restaurant experience with this unique atmosphere where modern meets rustic. Enjoy a handcrafted cocktail made with the freshest ingredients by a master mixologist while dining from their delicious American fusion cuisine menu. Make a reservation by calling 308-532-4825 or reserve online at thecedarroomne.com. The Cedar Room, 505 North Dewey in beautiful downtown North Platte.
Viera Wireless is giving you more cheer than ever because now the holidays are on us. Get 4 iPhone 17s on us when you add 4 lines of Better Unlimited for just $100 a month. But we're not stopping there. Get 6 months of premium Netflix or a qualifying streaming service when you purchase Viera Best or Ultra Internet. Give the whole family the gifts they've been waiting for. More phones, more streaming, more savings. Get the holidays on us, only at Viera Wireless. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to the Doghouse, FM 98.1, AM 1410, quarter number 3, just about to get underway between North Platte High School and, of course, Norfolk and the Panthers. Dogs trailing by 5, 27-22, and our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard to meet you where you're at and help you get to where you want to be. Jeff Smeltzer alongside me, Paxton Gordon here. It is second half action, Jeff Smeltzer. We talked a little bit about what needs to go a little better, but what do you have for your Owls Lock and Safe keys to the second half? There you go.
Keep it up. Keep it up. Stay out of foul trouble.
Oh, no. And there is Aubrey Russell getting point number 8 today. She's the lone change that Norfolk is making to their half rotation here as she starts, but already off to a hot start with a bucket easy down low. The shot no good as Franzen tries to get the rebound, and she knocks it out of bounds. 29-22, but continue on with your points there.
No, just continue sharing the sugar. A lot of these baskets were coming off of assists. And again, rebounding pretty well. We almost had that one, just bobbled it out of bounds.
Two hands come down, as head coach Jeff Thurman will say, grab that ball, bring it down hard. As there is Aubrey Russell. Again, she's really the lone change that either team is making roster-rise to start this second half as they get it to Caskey. Now with it comes Peterson, Caskey, down low to Russell again, and it's just so far all too easy.
I think they talked about that at halftime. High post entry, find the opposite post down low.
And it's tough to find. It's tough to guard Aubrey Russell, not because she's tall, but she is just so strong down low. As oh no, Peyton Jones goes over and back. And to start this second half, not the greatest start for the Dogs, trailing 31-22.
Make sure at all times you're inside of Russell.
Yes. So another turnover for the Dogs offensively. Not
inside of her. Fox, stay, there you go. No, stay inside of her.
Not a good start for North Platte. Caskey. Oh, Jones gets her hand on the ball and steals it away in a foul. Oh, man. Good defense and good hands from Peyton Jones to steal that ball. Let's see who it's going to go against. Bo Caskey, that's number 3 for Caskey today. 31-22 with 6:54 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard, a 4-point swing in favor of Norfolk to start this half. As here comes Jones with it. Jones guarded by Fonza. Gets it to Burke. Burke swings around the perimeter to Douglas.
Shots come on reversal. There you go.
Fox,
there you go.
Jones guarded by Russell. Jones swing pass to Douglas.
Good reversal.
Douglas now driving in the paint. Josie Douglas and a foul. Going up against, I think, Bo Caskey. That's number 4 for Caskey if it is going to go again. Yep, that's number 4 for Bo Caskey. So Josie Douglas will go to the free throw line, and checking in now comes Atlee Bauman. So Bauman checks in.
All right, let's see if we can get in the scoring column there, Jose.
It's pretty big. Caskey would, one away from fouling out already in this game, as there is the first points for Josie Douglas today. 31-23, and Nora Whirl checks in for J.C. Fox. It's going to be interesting to see. It's not going to make too much of a difference having the extra man, but Norfolk only rolling with 7 compared to the Dogs' 8. Be interesting to see who does have good conditioning towards the end of this game.
Oh, that one's long.
Oh, that one's long and off the iron, no good, as Brooklyn Brands picks the rebound up. Brands gets the ball up to Bauman. Bauman back to Brands. Brands, running out of time, does cross half court to Finneran. Finneran to Russell.
Straight
good
up.
Defense for Josie Douglas, and she steals that ball away. Josie Douglas the other way, man advantage. Douglas kicks out to Peyton Jones for 3. Off the iron, no good. Great rebound by Nora Whirl. She can't get the foul, as that's Russell collecting her 4th. Oh, and a foul call against Aubrey Russell. First for Russell, 3rd team foul for Norfolk early on in this 3rd quarter. 31-23 the lead on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard. Douglas trying to inbound the ball, running out of time, looking, throwing it all the way up to Peyton Jones. Jones around the perimeter, guarded by Finneran. Now
she
Douglas.
Got a forearm in the back.
Yeah,
watch,
down low to go to Whirl. Whirl on Russell, and she steps out of bounds, unfortunately.
Okay. Before that, when she was posting up high, there was a forearm right in her back. But I don't know. I probably would have let that go, too.
It's going to be tough for Norwell Whirl having to go against a Russell if they're going to give it down low. As that's stolen by J.C. Burke. That's a travel.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Burke, but good defense yet again for the Dogs. That's going to be, again, that's going to probably be the matchup that Norwell Whirl is going to go up against here in this second half against Aubrey Russell. And unfortunately for Whirl, she's built like a twig, and Russell's built like a freight train, so she's not going to be able to back her down easily. Balls in the open court. Franzen isn't there to pick it up in time. And now with it, Bauman around the perimeter, picks her dribble up, and that's off the foot of Peyton Jones. Don't blame Whirl not trying to go for that loose ball to let a man down low open, but with 5:43, here comes an inbound on the near side for Norfolk.
Stay inside of her, Josie. Josie.
They get it to Finneran, guarded by Burke. Burke jumps, and Finneran picks her dribble up. Bounce pass, down low to Fazum. Oh, and Russell easily picks the rebound, backs it down, shot is up, and it's good. Aubrey Russell so far uncontested really in the start of this third quarter. 33-23, a 10-point lead. Peyton Jones for three. Off the iron, no good. And it's rebounded there by Atlee Bauman. Bauman guarded by Jones. Up the court she goes. Hands it off to Aubrey Russell. To Bauman. And with 5:09 left to go in this third quarter, Atlee Bauman guarded by Jones. Picks her dribble up to Finneran. Finneran trying to get it to Russell, but she'll fire a three. No good. Man, easy rebound there for Brooklyn Brands, but she's off the mark. Another rebound, this time for Ava Franzen. Burke to Jones. Jones into the paint she goes. Jones, short on the shot. Tries to get her a rebound. Bounces it out and picked up by Aubrey Russell. Russell one-on-one with Josie Douglas. Where's the travel? What? Hello, as that's blocked by Douglas and then blocked by Whirl, and then Russell puts it back. I don't know about that one, Jeff Smeltzer. It looked like Aubrey Russell traveled.
Yep.
35-23, and a timeout going to be called by head coach Tyson Hammond.
Good timeout. Don't let it get away from you.
Tough sequence of events. Russell travels and then gets two rebounds to put it back, and now it's a 12-point lead for the Panthers.
Norfolk's being very intentional. They're looking for Russell every time down the court.
And so far, the Dogs have had no answer. And honestly, it's not that they can't guard her, body for body. It's just their positioning's not good. Yeah. She's getting the inside
Do your work before she gets the ball. Don't wait for her to get the ball.
If she gets the ball and she already has the inside on you, there's nothing you can do. And so the Dogs...
she does a good job to get position.
So timeouts brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group. His location, 621 South 2 East, Suite B. As well as Justin Thompson Agency with American Family Insurance. With the ever-changing industry standards, they pride themselves on top-notch customer service no matter what type of insurance you're looking for. Update, North Platte Community College Women's just got underway at Laramie County Community College here.
Well, I was just thinking you're talking about lefties. Eden Shinati, is she left-handed?
Yeah, Aiden Shanti is not. Nope, she's left-handed.
She's left-handed?
Yeah, she's left-handed. Yeah, Aiden Shanti's left-handed. So two left-handers on the Knights team.
Two weirdos on that team.
Yeah, Kiana Jackson as well as Shanti.
Yeah.
I don't even think the men have a lefty on their team.
I don't think they do.
As they fire now into the corner to Peyton Jones. Peyton Jones, gets that ball off a block but steps out of bounds. The zone defense from Norfolk, for some reason in the start of the second half, has really caused the Dogs issues as Peyton Jones tried to pass that ball to the perimeter and has it deflected out of bounds into her hand. And, Josie Douglas, a little ticky-tack foul against her, and she's not too happy. And that's number 3 for Josie. First team foul for North Platte in this third quarter. 35-23 the lead for the Panthers. In the corner now to Finneran. And almost stolen by Burke. Double team, they try to bounce pass it down low, and somehow it gets to Brands. Around the perimeter, Bauman with it. Bounce pass to Brands. Wow, what a great feed.
Yeah, that was a good look inside.
Yeah. As Brooklyn Brands now with 5 points, and the lead's getting a little out of control here, Jeff Smeltzer, 37-23.
Yeah. Definitely need to score this possession.
Douglas, she'll fire up a quick shot. Off the back iron, no good. World tries to get the rebound, but Brooklyn Brands, actually, correction, that's Bryn Peterson getting the rebound. Finneran on the far side now, double teamed, kicks to the corner. How about a three? Off the mark, tipped out of bounds by Brooklyn Brands as Bryn Peterson missing the shot. And here comes J.C. Fox, the first big substitution as Ava Franzen will check out. And I think so far, Dogs have not scored Well, they scored 1 point in this
Josie
third
made
quarter.
one free throw.
After what had been a pretty consistent downfall of shots in the first half, only one to start the third quarter. And I hate to be that guy, Jeff Smeltzer, getting flashbacks to North Platte's boys team last year. Quick shot for Douglas, off the iron, no good, and rebounded there by Madeline Finneran.
The guys always had that one half.
One quarter where it just all fell apart and really derailed their game. Finneran into the paint it goes to Fossum. Somehow picked up by Brooklyn Brands, and Brands with it, pivoting around on Peyton Jones.
On a double dribble.
And she's able to get the bucket again. Another missed call off a double dribble from Brooklyn Brands. And with that, 39-23, things just not going the Dogs' way. Good pick and roll to Norwell Whirl and a foul. I believe that goes against Bryn Peterson. Yep, that will be Peterson. That's number 4 for Bryn Peterson. So
that's 2 of them with 4.
So Caskey and Peterson both with 4, and with Norfolk going to that only 7-man rotation. Here comes Aubrey Russell to check back in. I don't know if I'm too happy about that, though. Norwell Whirl, I think 0 for 3 in her last 3 free throws. Adelie Terry now looks to check in as Peterson checks out and J.C. Burke check out. 39-23 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard. 2:54 left to go in this third quarter. Oh, short, off of some fingertips, and Finneran picks it up. Madeline Finneran the other way with it now for the side of Norfolk. Wow, that somehow goes up and in.
That was a difficult shot.
I was going to say, Norfolk making some tough shots here in this third quarter and lead 41-23.
Yeah, the 5-point halftime advantage has been stretched to 18.
Peyton Jones with a deep 3. She gets the Dogs on the scoreboard with the first field goal of this second half, and is well needed. 41-26 now as Brands to the far side to Finneran. Oh, Jones get a fingertip on it, but it's picked up by Atlee Bauman. Bauman cross-courts it into the hands of Peterson. Finneran driving past Adelie Terry to Brands, who thought about the 3 and drives into the paint. Oh, that goes off of Brooklyn Brands as she tried to go under on the shot, and now not happy with that call.
Tough scoop shot that time.
Yeah, Brent Polari not happy.
I think he thought Bulldogs deflected that out of bounds, and he might have a point.
41-26, under 2 minutes to go here in this third quarter.
Screen.
Quick pass now here to Fox. Into the corner. Josie Douglas open for 3. Airballs it, and it's rebounded by Brooklyn Brands.
Good passing that time. She was wide open for that
You'll take that any day of the week, even if you don't make that shot. That's just good process for the Dogs offensively. Far side to Madeline Finneran. Into the paint they go to Fossum. Now Atlee Bauman drives, fires from inside the 3-point line. No good, short off the front iron. Ball is on the floor. Fought for and rebounded by Adelie Terry. She bounce passes it to Peyton Jones. Ball on the floor. Where's the travel as Brands has it, and the timeout called by Polari. And a 30-second timeout for Norfolk. As here comes, you want to talk about a guy that known for his basketball pedigree and now is sneaking in to have a conversation with me. It's head coach Jimmy Pack. Coach, it's a pleasure to see you. I mean, we saw each other not too long ago, so it's not like, well, again, we're not seeing each other in the Walmart parking lot for some odd reason. That's where I always see everybody. But first game of the season, not just for the girls, but for you guys as well. You had, of course, your little jamboree game against probably the best team in Class C1 last weekend. A really good learning experience because of just how well documented this Ogallala team is going to be this year for them.
Yeah, Ogallala's, I've gone out there and done camps with those guys for years, so some of those kids I've known probably since they're about 4th grade. New coach this year, but they had a lot of firepower coming back, and I think our guys even grew up playing against them in tournaments and stuff, so we knew it'd be a good challenge. We kind of try to ignore the whole class thing, A versus C1, because
really they probably beat a lot of A teams.
Absolutely. We were saying on the way home they'd probably be ranked in A if they played. So our guys came out, handled the pressure good in the first quarter, kind of got a little winded in the second, and then we just kind of held it from there on. But good experience for them.
It's interesting to think about this just comparatively to last season. You are the squad now that has the depth of experience. You know, of course, the girls' team was the one that had the experience. You guys were the youth, and now this year, you guys come back with the majority of your starters and shooters. That ball gets stolen away. How's that kind of feel now to be back in the other side of things, to have a team that is well-versed in terms of what you guys like to do when it comes to the systems and how to play Bulldog basketball?
We can definitely accelerate so far what we've been trying to do in practice. We don't have to stop nearly as much and break down the finer details of everything. Nice bucket there. So that kind of stuff, it's fun. You know, the sophomores are trying to catch up. They're probably feel like they're caught in a hurricane. But, you know, our juniors and seniors have come out of the gate swinging. They are really motivated, I think, to get the year started. Some of them started conditioning way back in September. And really, like I told you, I could keep them out of the gym all summer.
I was going to say, your team, the team really did not stop. Once basketball ended, they were just continuing to pound it. You know, I have a great inside source here with Jeff Smeltzer, and every time he talked about all these guys going at the DNN day after day, and, you know, you hope that is going to transition well into this season, and I think, honestly, it will, because now you feel like you have well-versed experience, not just from presence down low, but you have shooters and you have really good ball handlers. So now you don't really have to worry about, you know, being short in one position. It feels like you have a well-distributed team to be able to run whatever you want to run this year.
Yeah, you know, not just the DNN. You know, I coach track, and those guys were hitting me up, hey, can we go in the gym? I'm like, well, I'm kind of doing something else right now. But so we kind of came up with a little schedule. We get in there after track and had a really good summer, had a really good June, and I kind of planned on backing off in July, and they just kept going. They wanted to go through August, and we really never did stop. We came and did shooting workouts, a lot of open gyms and stuff, weight room sessions. So it makes it a lot easier on you as a coach when you know that they're that bought into what you're trying to do. And certainly have a little bit more height than we had last year. I mean, we don't have any 6'10" guys or anything, but a little bit
6'4" is better than nothing, yep.
I'll take 6'4" all day. So, and even our guys that maybe aren't 6'4" are very well skilled and can shoot the ball. So a lot going on.
That's what you love to hear. Now, before I let you go, let's have a quick conversation about what goals and expectations do you have for this year. You only came away with 2 wins last season. A lot of opportunity, even though you only had 2 wins. Felt a lot of games were kind of in your hands until they slipped away after one bad quarter. Really take me through what you're expecting from this team and what you want to see as the games go on.
Well, kind of like what you just said right there. They need to learn how to put 4 quarters together, that we can't get down on ourselves after a mistake or 2 or a missed shot or 2. It takes 4 quarters. It takes 32 minutes. And we know we kind of said in Ogallala, you got to weather the storms and stay positive and stay with each other and really just building that team cohesion. You know, we've talked about it. It's okay to tell a teammate they made a mistake, but try to do it in a positive way. You know, that's what they pay me for, is to do the yelling and screaming. So that's why I have gray hair now about the mistakes. So building that team aspect, and, you know, the wins will come, the losses will come, and we'll do the best we can. But these guys are, like I said, they work hard. I have never had to question their work ethic and buy-in.
Coach, as always, thank you so much for stopping on by. I'll see you after the game here. Not this one, but, of course, the next one when you guys finish up and hopefully get a victory against Norfolk.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
Quarter number 4 just getting started here between North Platte High School and Norfolk and the Panthers. A 45-30 lead for the Panthers. Dogs had a pretty good flurry to end that third quarter, now trailed just by 15. As there's some good defense from Peyton Jones, as that's blocked by Jones on Caskey. And Jones the other way, trying to go coast to coast. Yes, Peyton Jones with a good basket, as I'm joined once again back by Jeff Smeltzer, coming back with his Bulldog sweatshirt. I need to pick one up before the end of today as well, but 45-32. Dogs showed some signs of life towards the end of that third quarter.
Yeah, it looks like I missed some stuff. I ran
I
out
was
real
going to say,
quick.
you missed a little bit. Of course, maybe you're the bad luck. As a good, another steal from Peyton Jones. As here comes Josie Douglas the other way for the Dogs. Down low to Whirl. Whirl! That's tipped out of bounds by Madeline Finneran. Dogs looking much better here in this fourth quarter, as checking in now comes Bryn Peterson. Her 4 fouls also checking in.
3 of them with 4 now. Now when I was out there was a really good match out there with Reese Perry. So if basketball's not your thing, if you're a wrestling fan, come on out.
Man,
there's
a
some great
lot of
wrestling
things.
going
I was
on,
going to
too.
say, of course, we all know North Platte High School is known, as I say that, for a 3 from J.C. Burke that's off the mark. Of course, you know, Coach Dale Hall created such a well-recognized wrestling squad over the years. Now he's coaching at Hershey.
That Trout?
As Burke gets called for a foul. That's number 4 for J.C. Burke. She has to check out. But, of course, the Dogs still have that pedigree, and they got a lot of talent this year. I talked to Tad Hanneborg, Ty's father, and he's saying, you know, you might send almost a whole team's worth of players this year.
They had so many that were so close at state last year.
Keegan Klaus, Kirk Wilson, Ty Hanneborg, all just to name a few. And that's not even counting the guys that almost did, as we have to start the clock. I don't think the shot clock started, but 45-32. Again, basketball's not your thing. Wrestling going on right now. Reese Perry, I think we're at 145. I think Perry was 145 around there.
Yeah, I'm not sure where he was at.
He's a much bigger fella. As we restart the shot clock with 28. 45-32, though, on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard with 6:35 left to go here in this third quarter. A little floater that is short and rebound on the side by Bryn Peterson, and no good as Ava Franzen collects the rebound. And the other way come the Dogs. Oh, Adley Terry lost the ball for a second. Terry picks it back up. Now she lost the ball again, trying to find some help. Bounce pass. Josie Douglas on the perimeter is able to fish it. Oh, bad feed into Norrell Whirl, and that's a pad turnover.
That's a bad spot to try and feed the post.
As Bauman! Oh, and a foul called against Josie Douglas, and that might be number 4 for Douglas. As she fouls Atlee Bauman. We'll see if that, I think that is number 4. Yep, that's now 2 players with 4 fouls, Burke and Josie Douglas. As Atlee Bauman, who's 2 for 2 for 9 points at the free throw line. And she's still perfect.
Good looking free throw form. Good looking stroke there.
As Peyton Jones checks back in, out goes Burke. 46-32 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard. Favor of the Panthers. She'll miss that one, and strong rebound by Adley Terry. So Bauman so far 3 for 4, and Jones now up the court with it. 46-32 into the corner to Douglas. Douglas to Franzen. Franzen to Jones. Now to Terry. She'll set up a 3. Adley Terry, no, but a foul called against Bryn Peterson. Oh, that's number 5 for Bryn Peterson.
Okay.
And she's out of the game. And unfortunately, I mean, it's good, but it's bad also because Aubrey Russell checks back in. And if there's one person I don't want to see right now, it's Miss Russell.
Okay, Terry's 0 for 2 on the night from the free throw line, but she's going to shoot 3.
46-32 as in comes Aubrey Russell and out comes Bryn Peterson. As the doghouse starting to fill up with the boys match starting to draw closer and closer. Travis Outerkirk here, as well as, oh please, I can't believe I forgot his name, John Clatton.
Oh yeah.
Off the mark for Terry. That one's closer. So all the media here, as well as James from the Bulletin, don't know where.
Where's Jake?
Yeah, where is Jake? Might be at an area game. Terry, here we go. This is the second one, 0 for 2. She's 0 for 4 right now from the free throw line. Again, North Platte High School last season was not the best free throw shooting team collectively. Had a couple bright spots, but holistically were not statistically good. I'll have to find that stat.
There we go.
And there we go. Adley Terry not only makes her first free throw, but that is her first point as a North Platte Bulldog on the varsity team. And another foul. This time for Peyton Jones. I mean, what's with pushing people in the back these days, man? It's number 3 against Peyton Jones with 5:50 left to go here in the ball game.
Pretty good because she had 2 fouls. What, 3 minutes to go in the first quarter?
Yeah, she got 2. We were praising the Dogs for how they didn't have any fouls, and then after that, they had 3 straight in the span of like 3 straight in 3 possessions. So up the court now with it comes Atlee Bauman. Now to Finneran. Fossum. Oh, stripped away by Peyton Jones, and Norrell Whirl throwing it up to Terry, but she lost the vision of where the ball was going to be. And now the other way with it comes Finneran to Bauman. Oh, they're trying to get it to Russell. Russell, nope, tipped away again by Peyton Jones. And here comes Adley Terry, hop step, and another bucket. Man, Peyton Jones is just all around those passes, deflections, and she gets another steal and another bucket. An 11-point lead now for the Panthers with 5:14 left to go. As Bauman around the perimeter, picks her dribble up to Finneran. Madeline Finneran down to the post, bad pass, and it's picked off by Norrell Whirl. And the other way comes North Platte and Josie Douglas. Douglas slowing things down, getting a screen from Whirl. Cross-court pass to Terry, now to Peyton Jones. They get it down low to Norrell Whirl. No good on the shot. Douglas with the rebound and a defensive foul on the floor against Madeline Finneran. One little complaint I also have is when they're trying to get the ball into Norfolk Whirl, they're throwing it kind of low.
Yeah.
She has that height that you can go high.
Oh.
That's how those turnovers are happening when they're trying to get it to
I always thought
Whirl.
that too, yeah. Post player, get it where they want it. Get it up high.
Terry into the lane. Oh, now hop steps and gives it to Josie Douglas. She thought about the three and finds Peyton Jones. Jones drives on Caskey. How about Peyton Jones? She missed the layup. And rebounded by Bo Caskey. Caskey with her 4 fouls the other way. Caskey, hop steps.
Good
back
job
to
shutting
Bauman.
her off, Josie Douglas.
Finneran setting things up, and there's Peyton Jones being a nuisance. Bounce pass back to Finneran. Finneran to Fossum. To Caskey. Oh, and she pushes over Ava Franzen. 3 on the way from Atlee Bauman. No good. Oh, that ball's going to go out and away and picked up by Bo Caskey. And then stolen away by Peyton Jones after the tip from Adelie Terry as J.C. Burke looks to check in, and a bad feed. We were saying get it up to where she is, but maybe that's a little too high for Peyton Jones. As we have a timeout on the floor for North Platte High School. 46-35 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard. We'll step aside, take a break, come back. Dogs trail by 11.
Your family depends on you. That's why you work hard to make sure they have everything they need. With life insurance from American Family Life Insurance Company, you'll feel good knowing you've taken steps to protect what matters most. Now's the time to plan ahead. Let's talk about protecting your loved one's financial future and finding peace of mind you and your loved ones deserve. For details, contact Justin, 534-2400, or stop by 501 South Dewey Street, just south of Little Caesars Pizza on the corner of E and Dewey.
American Family Insurance.
The Bulldogs play here on FM 98.1 and 1410 AM KOOQ. Merrick's Ranch House. Lunch specials Tuesday through Saturday with 2 sides, just $10. See them on Facebook. Dine in, order online, use DoorDash, or just call for carryout. Merrick's.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to the Doghouse, FM 98.1, AM 1410, 46-35 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard. Meet you where you're at and help you get to where you want to be. Timeout's brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. See him on the one-way, 621 South Dewey, Suite B, serving Nebraska and the surrounding areas for more than 50 years. As well as our other Sports Zone sponsors for today's game, Runza, Double Dips, Merrick's Ranch House, Mid-Plains Community College, Szechuan Famous Food and Sushi Bar, and of course, the Cedar Room. Paxton Gordon here alongside Jeff Smeltzer. Under 4 minutes now left to go in the ball game. An 11-point lead for Norfolk. Brands up the court now to Madeline Finneran. Finneran bouncing the ball around the perimeter, hands it off to Brooklyn Brands. Back to Finneran. Russell, they're thinking about getting to her, and Josie Douglas swats it away. And it's Nora Worrell who gets the ball. And now J.C. Burke the other way. Good defense from Douglas to cut off Miss Aubrey Russell as that's tipped out of bounds by Finneran. And North Platte will have an inbounds on the far sideline. Give you one update. When you were gone, Josie Douglas, I think, also did get a bucket.
Okay.
In the third quarter, because I know you're going to do max prep stats. So.
Well, I'm going to for the guys. For the
my
ladies,
bad. My bad.
Was it a 2 or a 3?
It was a 2 actually,
okay.
As Peyton Jones unfortunately loses control of the basketball. As Madeline Finneran on the defensive stop.
We'll see how I add up here. I was gone for a couple minutes, and
hey, it's our first games back as well.
Yeah.
You know, well, for you, I've had some work with, of course, community college.
Yeah,
Peyton Jones with some good defense. Yes, and a jump ball. Where will that go? It's going to go, unfortunately, the way of Norfolk. But man, I'm just loving the Peyton Jones experience so far here in game number 1.
Yeah, I love the aggression.
Wait, they might call a foul on that. Hold on. As have a timeout called on the side.
I don't know. Trevor's holding his hand on the possession arrow.
Yeah,
so
and the official did go up to make a mark of Peyton Jones for 13.
He's still got his hand on there. We'll see.
We'll see if he switches it.
Yeah.
But timeout called by head coach Brent Polari. And our timeouts are brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group. Check them out on the one-ways. 621 South Dewey, Suite B. So there's 3:26 left to go, an 11-point lead. Not insurmountable for North Platte High School. What do you want to see in these closing minutes for the Dogs? You know, I can't say to come back and win this game, but at least to give them a chance to, fight down the stretch.
Keep that same aggression for the last 3 minutes. If you foul, so be it. You're still 2 away from the bonus.
Yeah.
Got to scratch and claw and get back in this. I think they figured out what Norfolk's trying to do on offense.
Yes.
They're keeping
Especially
somebody in front of Aubrey Russell.
Yeah. And what they're doing is they're not even like guarding her. So they're kind of letting her slip behind, but putting two people in front of her, like Josie Douglas, somebody who can jump high to stop her. And then if they do, somebody can rotate over in time. So full court press for the Dogs here again with 3:23 left to go into that trapping full court press. Brandt somehow gets the ball to Bo Caskey. Again, Caskey has 4 fouls for Norfolk. Fossum to Brands. Back to Madeline Finneran. Finneran guarded by Burke. To Fossum. Fossum looking for some help. Now gets a screen from Brands. Switched on to by Burke. Over to Madeline Finneran. There are 7 seconds on the shot clock. Deflected and stolen by Peyton Jones. Burke and Jones have done a great job today with their deflections and have helped give some offensive opportunities. Wide open in the corner, Josie Douglas. No, short. Fought for and rebounded by Brooklyn Brand. Douglas so far has yet to make a 3 today.
Yeah,
but
0 for 4 from the 3-point line.
But has some good opportunities, so just keep firing, kid. Just keep firing away. As Finneran around the perimeter, picking her dribble up to Fossum. Fossum looking for anybody. Running out of time to dribble, now passes to Caskey. They try to get it to Terry. Oh, and it's just too easy.
Yeah.
I mean, good feed to Aubrey Russell, but also, the sin we keep saying not to do.
Back off the high post, let them shoot that 15-footer.
Yeah, and again, they're just letting her get the inside leverage as Franzen on the baseline. Quick shot. No good. Easy rebound there for Harper Fossum, her first. Again, as they're going full court all the way to Brooklyn Brand, she's wide open, and she misses the bucket. As that's an easy rebound there for the side of Ava Franzen, 48-35, as Douglas looking for somebody, finds Peyton Jones. Jones guarded by Brands to Burke. Burke, Franzen, Douglas in the corner now with it. Trying to get it to Nora Worrell, I think. And now Douglas goes baseline. Josie Douglas blocked by Aubrey Russell as she jams her finger, does Josie Douglas. And
that was a tough scoop shot from behind the backboard.
She had an opportunity to throw it in the corner to Burke, but decided to go away from it. Down low, Aubrey Russell into a double team. That's some good defense from the Dogs, and it will stay with Norfolk. As just good, that was some good, that's exactly what we've been calling when it comes to against Aubrey Russell, just put your hands up, don't jump.
Yeah.
And just like that, she misses the shot as J.C. Fox now will check in. And she'll check in for Nora Worrell. And I'll probably end it for Nora Worrell. Good first game for, oh, look, it's Cade Freeze. Yeah. Look at that. As up now for a 3 from Bo Caskey as Caskey comes on up here.
Left-handed pitcher.
I was going to say, Cade Freeze going to Kansas City, Kansas Community College. As that's a timeout now going to be called by head coach Tyson Hammond. I can't believe I remember that, honestly.
Kind of on a left-handed theme, aren't we?
Yeah, what is with that today?
Oh, there's Caleb. No, Caleb's right-handed. He just bats left.
I was going to say he bats left.
Yeah.
48-35, 1:17 left to go here is Kiki Williams showing up as well, sitting right behind
behind the bench.
Behind the North Platte bench. 1:17 left to go, and it's all but going to be in the books that North Platte will unfortunately not win this first game. But to be quite fair, and it's the worst thing ever, it's the one quarter that, was the one that screwed it all away, unfortunately.
It was just like a 5-minute stretch, actually.
Really, it was. Yeah, it was just a 5-minute poor stretch where they could not score, and Norfolk was just, Norfolk was really just Aubrey Russell eating it up down low. And because of that, that's how this lead is ballooned up, 48-35. Russell, 18 points, 7 rebounds in today's game. Outside of that, Allie Bauman only has 10 points. That's the next leading scorer. After that, nobody's hit double digits. So she has been the difference maker. As out of this timeout, onto the court now come the Dogs as well as Norfolk, and there'll be an inbounds for North Platte High School on the far side. 1:17 left to go. Can still find some momentum offensively to at least end on a high note. As Peyton Jones into the backcourt now to Josie Douglas. There you go.
Throw it into the backcourt.
Throw it into the backcourt.
Don't throw it at half court. Make sure you're in the backcourt.
Burke hands the ball off now to Peyton Jones. Jones gets a screen. Jones cross court to Douglas. She thinks about it and fires a 3. Short and rebounded by Aubrey Russell. So far, 0 for 5 today for Josie Douglas, who was a really good three-point shooter for the Dogs last season.
Oh, yeah, she's had some good looks right there from that baseline, too.
But still, again, even though they're not falling, I will continue just to say, hey, just keep shooting. We know you're a good shooter.
Yeah.
As there's a trap in the corner, and that ball will go out of bounds off of Finneran. Good defense from Jones and Burke. to cause that turnover. Again, even if those shots aren't falling, I would prefer you just to continue to shoot it because the process, I think, is what's more important. The process tonight has been looking good for the Dogs.
They're finding the good look. They're just not going down.
And again, that's just sometimes how basketball goes. You know, in the first half, everything was going down. In the second half, it's been more of a struggle for North Platte as with 43 seconds, up the court comes Douglas. To Burke, now around the perimeter, to Peyton Jones in the corner. She thought about the three, and she gets ran into by Madeline Finneran, and that's a foul for Finneran, her third.
Team third, so
have a inbounds on the far sideline. I think everyone was getting prepped potentially for a free throw, and I was like, we're not there yet. 36 seconds left, 25 on the shot clock for North Platte's offense, as Douglas will inbound the ball and look for an open man. She finds it in Burke at the logo. Burke, a 1 second shot clock, game clock difference. Douglas into the paint to Burke. She'll fire a straightaway three. Oh, off the mark. Fought for, rebounded by Finneran. And a double dribble by Madeline Finneran. And a turnover for the Panthers. As subbing back in comes Atlee Bauman. And checking out comes Madeline Finneran. Josie Douglas from on the baseline will now inbound the ball with 25 seconds left, no shot clock. So probably potentially be the last possession of the game for North Platte. Jones to Fox on the right wing to Douglas. Douglas almost stepped out of bounds and now trying to get around a defender. How about a 6-footer? No, but a foul is called. That goes against Harper Fossum. And now Norrell Worrell looks to check in, as well as Adelie Terry. 15.7 seconds left to go here in the ball game. 48-35, and that free throw just
not her night.
Rims in and out. Yeah, it just feels like we personally have talked many times about the lid on the basket, and so far for Josie Douglas, it has been the rim on the basket. As Burke and Franzen check out, and she'll get the second one at least. 48-37, an 11-point lead for Norfolk. They get the ball into Bo Caskey. Caskey up the court, guarded by Adelie Terry. Oh, almost a travel.
Like a travel?
I thought so, and then a foul will be called against Adelie Terry. That's the fourth team foul. And for Terry, I believe that is Terry's second team foul. Oh, correction, first team foul for Adelie Terry. And inbounds on the far side by Bo Caskey with 8.7 seconds to Finneran. Finneran bounce pass now to Bauman. And Jones trying to find a steal at least, and she'll commit a foul. And because of that, we'll be shooting some free throws to end this game, Jeff Smeltzer, as Atlee Bauman to the free throw line.
As the boys have come out, I've noticed Jared Smeltzer's wearing shoes that don't belong to him.
How does that work?
I don't know.
You know, it's always fun to talk about, you know, your
everybody's
son.
shoe game.
Yeah, your son has a very good shoe game, but it's always different from game to game. As Bauman, 4 for 5. She has 11 points today for Norfolk. 49-36. Or it should be 37 if I remember correctly, but stay at 36. She'll miss the second, and with 3 seconds to Josie Douglas. Douglas, full court heave. Ooh, off the backboard, no good. And that is how this game will come to an end. North Platte High School and the girls fall in their first game of the season to Norfolk and the Panthers, 49-36. Jeff Smeltzer, again, we're just going to keep highlighting it. We'll probably also just bring it up, you know, when head coach Coach Hammond comes on up here, but Tyson Hammond comes up. Just that one quarter, that third quarter got away from them, and if that didn't go away and the Dogs were able to continue some good scoring like they did in the first half, honestly, this game might have been, well, I'd say it would have been closer, and maybe the Dogs might have come away with a victory.
Yeah, and I do like the effort. The effort never faded
Yes.
as the game went on, playing just as hard in the end of the fourth quarter as they did at the beginning of the first. Just had that streak where nothing was going in.
It wasn't, and the thing is, it was never a effort thing. Tonight was not an effort problem for North Platte High School. It was just the first half looked really good when it came to their offense, and then for some odd reason in that second half, everything just kind of dimmed away a little bit when it came to their shooting, and because of that, the Dogs fall in this one to Norfolk and the Panthers, 49-36. We'll step aside and we'll take a real quick break. Jeff Smeltzer, when we come back, it is time for our quick stop post-game show as we get you prepared for the for the boys match coming up here in a couple minutes. But first, we got to highlight the end of this girls game on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream at NorthPlattePost.com.
Personalized care with one goal, to keep you moving and enjoying life. Dr. Anthony Martin is now seeing patients at Great Plains Health Orthopedics, fellowship trained in hand and upper extremity surgery. Dr. Martin treats carpal tunnel, tennis elbow, arthritis, and trauma fractures throughout the body and is fluent in Spanish. Schedule today at 308-568-3800.
Your health is our mission. Great Plains Health.
Hurry up, dude. The game's about to start.
Nothing beats spending the day watching the game with your buddies.
Dude, I'm literally right here. Let's do this.
Which is why a shelter insurance renter's policy is key to your winning game plan. It protects things your landlord's policy doesn't.
Dude, where's your TV?
What? No way, dude.
Like that flat screen TV that just got stolen.
Ask me, Shelter Agent Brent Rogo, about Shelter's competitive renter's insurance rates.
PuroClean of North Platte delivers fast water, mold, and fire damage restoration services to the North Platte area. PuroClean knows how challenging those times can be to you and to your family. Their Nebraska-based experts have a winning, reliable combination of training and equipment partnerships. Local, fast service in the North Platte area. Their average on-site time is 60 minutes, and they'll coordinate with your local insurance provider. Give PuroClean a call now at 1-800-775-7876 and schedule a visit from a member of the team at PuroClean in North Platte.
We're always something right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Save money at the pump at Quick Stop with the DinoPay app. DinoPay offers contactless payment using your preferred debit or credit card. The savings add up with 12 cents per gallon and even more on Tuesdays and Thursdays with rollbacks for savings of 15 cents per gallon. Huge savings to Sinclair DinoPay, saving you at the pump. Don't forget Frazzle Gourmet Slushes and For Real Shakes and Smoothies. Gourmet coffee at everyday low prices on your favorite beers.
Quick Stop.
It's the Quick Stop post-game wrap-up. Quick Stop never closes, with 24 locations open 24 hours a day.
Welcome back here to the Doghouse, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream at NorthPlattePost.com. Game number one is in the books for the girls' squad as they fall to Norfolk and the Panthers 49-36. Jeff Smeltzer, it's good to see you. The boys start to warm up here, and holistically, even though it's a loss and it's a double-digit loss, I don't really think I was too disappointed with how the girls played in their opening game.
They had a clunker there for about 5 minutes.
And that's about it.
Things didn't go their way. Otherwise, they played pretty even with Norfolk.
And when you compare this game to the Jamboree game against Ogallala, you would have to say this is a marketable improvement to that game. From that game to this game, and just one single week's worth of practice.
They were totally out of sorts and rattled against the Lady Indians. Looked much better tonight. Handled the press pretty well.
I thought they handled it much better than I thought they would.
Turnovers seemed to happen in the half court.
Especially when they were, and here's where we'll get to that nitpick, especially when they were trying to get it into Nora Worrell, just because they were kind of throwing it like where Ava Franzen would be height-wise, not knowing that Nora's 6 foot tall, so you can kind of go higher in terms of where you're placing that pass.
Yeah, you throw it low, you're just inviting them to start low where those guards can get their hands in and
reach in and poke it away.
Yeah.
So, again, holistically, I'm pretty impressed with how the Dogs played this game. Let's get into some game stats here. I'll start us off here, led by Aubrey Russell. She had 18 total points in this game. I mean, all of her points came in that third quarter run where she was just dominating. North Platte High School had 8 rebounds as well. Atlee Bauman, 11 points. She was 4 for 5 from the free throw line. 7 points for Brooklyn Brands. 5 for Madeline Finneran. 2 for Harper Fossum, 3 for for Bo Caskey. Bryn Peterson had 1 point, but she did foul out of this game. And that is the scoring here for the side of Norfolk and the Panthers.
Yeah, really balanced scoring for the Dogs. You had Nora Worrell with 7, Ava Franzen with 7, Peyton Jones with 7, Josie Burke with 6, and Josie Douglas with 4. Adley Terry with 3.
So even though nobody's scored in double digits, but I think the distribution in terms of overall scoring is a good positive for this Dogs team.
Yeah, I love the balanced scoring. 2, I'm trying to count assists here. 2, 4. Well, only 5 assists, and most of those happened early.
Yeah, those were mostly in the first half. As joining me for my La Casa del Rio's post-game interview is head coach Tyson Hammond for the girls squad. It's our first time talking with Coach all season, of course, after seeing him during the preseason press conferences. Coach, good to see you here. Even though it was a double-digit loss, if you really take out a 5-minute stretch in that third quarter, a really competitive game for your team and a marketable improvement in the way they played comparatively to the Jamboree game against Ogallala just a week ago.
Yeah, I thought we played incredibly hard today. They did a really good job, Norfolk, at halftime of adjusting a little bit. Sorry, excuse me. We're really young on the inside right now, and we just weren't quite it. Once we adjusted, we were fine, but unfortunately, they made a quick 6-7-0 run on there that stretched it out, and we weren't ever quite able to get it back. I really felt like there at about 4 minutes left, if we could have got a couple buckets and put a little pressure point-wise on them, I thought we were in pretty good shape. We created a ton of open shots. We just didn't make them. We had chances to make runs. I loved the effort we played with. We were relentless for 32 minutes, and that's part of who we got to be.
And I think that's the positive you can take away. This is just the game of basketball. Some night shots are going to fall, sometimes they're going to not. It's more about the process of how you got to an open shot like that. And honestly, today I really didn't have too many questions about the process or like making poor decisions. It felt like everybody, when they had the ball in their hand, knew what they wanted to do with it and really didn't let it dribble the air out of it. They really were passing the ball well, finding open opportunities, and there were a lot of open players. Just tonight, the shot wasn't falling.
Yeah, again, I thought offensively we moved the ball, we shared it well. We didn't, like you said, we didn't over dribble, but we also didn't just hold it on the side. We got the ball moved from second side to third side. We moved it. We did a pretty good job in our screen and roll game, of getting some good looks out of that as well. Again, I thought we did a lot of good things throughout the game, both ends of the floor, but at the end of the game in basketball, it's makes and misses, and we just didn't make enough shots when we had open ones. But that's how the game's played.
That's how it is. It's funny enough, tomorrow we could be having a different conversation about that.
Right.
And then defensively, as we talked about, really just that start of the third quarter when they made that adjustment to have Aubrey Russell in was the real kind of a thorn in your side. But holistically, there was a Bulldog defense that we've come to know and love over these years was already being shown in game number 1. Peyton Jones, Josie Douglas, J.C. Burke, the guards really got their hands into the passing lanes and really forced Norfolk to play some pretty scrappy ball. And again, honestly, to see that in game number 1 with a team that is so young as you guys are, markedly compared to how previous seasons have gone, you guys already feel like at a really good level for the first game of the season.
Yeah, I thought we did a really good job of being active in the passing lanes. We work a lot on, how we cover things and anticipating passes, because we're trying to push people to certain places, which means we should know where the pass is trying to go. So if we're aggressive and we anticipate those things, we have chances to get tips, get steals. And I thought we did that in stretches. We just got to keep that up. And again, no matter how we look at it, we did a great job of just being relentless, even when shots didn't go, and continuing to play and giving ourselves chances. And that's all you can really do is give yourself chances to make a run. We just, like we said earlier, we just didn't make enough shots.
Well, you got a couple of hours, unfortunately, to think about and sit on what happened here today, because facing South Sioux City tomorrow bright and early at 11:30 in the morning. Really take me through what are the things you're going to briefly talk about with the team before tomorrow and what you want to see them do a little bit better before that game.
Just get some rest and get up and get breakfast in the morning and get moving. That way we have a chance to play and perform well. After a hard game like that, you got to refuel. You got to get yourself ready for the next. And I told them, losing's got to hurt. If it doesn't hurt, we're not putting enough effort into what we do. And I think they feel that. Losing is never what you want. And, refocusing for the next day, they're high school kids, man. If our mental focus ain't there, we're not going to play well. So that's probably the number one thing is we got to get refocused and ready for another, tough battle tomorrow morning.
All right, Coach. As always, thank you so much stopping on by. We'll see you tomorrow bright and early at 11:30. And that'll, of course, do it for the girls match here today. We'll be back in just a couple minutes for boys action here on FM 98.1 AM 1410.
is an Eagle Media Sports presentation. North Platte High Sports on NorthPlattePost.com, FM 98.1 and AM 1410 are brought to you by
Justin Thompson Agency, American Family Insurance, Hands of the Heartland, La Casa del Rios, Dave's Place, Cole Jonason with High Street Insurance.
North Platte will reset the offense. Eli Broman steps back for three in the corner again. That is 3 threes for Eli Broman today. 9 points and a timeout going to be called by Alliance.
Al's Lock and Save, State Farm Agent Bobby Holtz, Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan, Great Plains Foot and The Fortify Group, Larry's Glass, Shelter Insurance Agents Pete Bolts and Brett Rogo, Puro Clean.
Now to Gans. Gans. Oh, that's going to be stolen by Kaminsky. Kaminsky up the court now. Having Kaminsky Euroing up for the layup.
Oh, it's a left-hand scoop.
Great Plains Health. Great Plains Health Sports and Therapy. Jay Engel with Farm Bureau Financial Services. Runza. Double Dips. Merrick's Ranch House. Mid-Plains Community College. Szechuan Famous Food and Sushi Bar. The Cedar Room.
Here's the voice of the Dogs, Paxton Gordon.
Welcome back to the Doghouse. Game number 2 of our doubleheader today. Jeff Smeltzer, Paxton Gordon here. It's time for some boys basketball as North Platte High School takes on the Panthers of Norfolk. Of course, we all know Dogs fell to Ogallala in the Jamboree game just a week ago. 2-21 for the boys. Now, if I told you this record for Norfolk, how shocked would you be? 3-20 last season for the Panthers. You know, a team that, you know, we came into this game talking about would be pretty good in terms of just their overall cohesion that they bring. So for them to only have one more win than the Dogs did last season, I think kind of shocking.
I watched a replay of the first time the Dogs met them in Norfolk last year.
Yep.
It was a 3-point game with 3 minutes left to go, and then just kind of fell apart there at the end. Couldn't make some shots, had to foul them, and they made some free throws.
Yep.
Watched a little bit of the second time they played, which was here. They were on fire from the 3-point line, and we just had that stretch where we couldn't buy a bucket. And
a team on fire from the 3-point line here in the Doghouse. Jeff Smeltzer, you're talking hearsay right now.
I think they shot 50% that game from the 3-point line. So
absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
So see some boys action here. I want to shout out some other names that are here in the building. Of course, we talked to Cade Freeze. Easton Jones as well as here recovering from knee surgery, if I remember correctly. So
good to see E in the house.
I know.
Back from Arizona.
Of course, if you remember, Big E made that big overtime, that big shot in the Sound Sioux City game
to take it to overtime.
Yes.
Yep.
So, of course, good to see him back in the building. But for the Dogs, I think it's funny because the positions have almost exactly switched from last season. North Platte boys are a team of just youth and really inexperienced besides, Eli Broman and, Easton Jones being guys that saw a lot of minutes. This year, it's the other way. The boys have the experience compared to the girls' squad. And I think the big thing is returning, if your stats were correct, 28 points from last season.
Returning 28 points a game
compared
for
to
the
5
boys.
previously.
It was only 2.
Oh, sorry, 2.
And that was
you're
only
fired.
Eli.
Yes.
And so, big difference. There was just no varsity experience last year. Now there's 5 or 6 of these guys. Well, 7 of these guys.
There's 7 of them now,
got some regular minutes.
Which is kind of crazy to think about it after last year. We were just like, oh, boy, returning 2 points. Because if you remember, Easton Jones is coming off of that knee surgery, so he didn't play at all.
For 2 years. He hadn't played since he was a freshman.
Yeah.
So really, he had no more experience than the sophomores that played last year. And their first 2 games, they lose in overtime, and then the second game, single-digit loss to these Norfolk Panthers. So I expect this to be a competitive game. Like a lot of games that we're going to see this year, we do not have the height advantage.
I still think we're taller comparatively to last year. Of course, it's tough to say that when you have, we had big Carter Dishman last year, but Dishman unfortunately was, he was
an offensive lineman.
He was an offensive lineman playing center, which is, in a game of basketball in this day and age, a little tough. So I think we still got so much better. We got good height, but I think we're just more athletic compared to last season.
Norfolk is going to go 6'5", 6'7", and also 6'3", 6'2". Somebody's in a boot. That might be Drew Strike.
I believe so, yes.
It's in a boot for them. but still plenty of height out there. If you went to the Ogallala game, you saw Jonathan Rinke really had an outstanding game inside in the post. I like his inside play. He had 14 points. Logan Hayes had 12 against Ogallala.
And to put those points up in the paint against a team like Ogallala that has, DeCastro.
Yeah, more height than this.
Yeah, absolutely monstrous height. You got to be pretty encouraged because, yes, Norfolk is a good team that has some good height, but it's not Ogallala height.
No, you've seen the height already. Ogallala has 3 kids over 6'7".
A freshman that's probably not really playing much that's also 6'9".
Yeah. And then they also had,
Sawyer Smith.
Sawyer Smith at 6'3" and 6'4", number 5.
Yeah, it's already off the top of my head on that one.
Last name starts with a C. Riley.
Oh, I should know this.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, whatever. But yes, they are markedly taller than.
So that was a good test.
Yeah.
I mean, when you play Ogallala, if you have any deficiencies, you're going to find out real quick.
And again, it's probably the perfect team to see in the first game because Ogallala is so good. You really have to play on your A game. If you're playing a team like Lexington, no offense to Lexington, that's not really going to be a team to, really sharpen your iron and get you prepared for this first game.
And they did a lot of things. They picked you up in a full court press the entire game.
It trapped you. They played physical. So I think Ogallala was actually a really good start when it comes to North Platte High School and what they want to do, or at least what they're going to be seeing here at the Class A level, because let's be honest here, there's a lot of good Class A teams this year.
I watched Kearney and Elkhorn South last night, and I think Ogallala could have beat Kearney.
Shockingly, both Kearney teams I was a little disappointed in. Kearney Catholic, who was on our schedule this season, also wasn't too convincing. Of course, Bennington is ranked. They beat Broken Bow by 2. I think it was pretty close, but honestly, Broken Bow, not the greatest of teams in their class this year. And of course, we have yet to see Bennington play, but they are a top end,
I think
team.
They got beat by somebody last night. By 15
did they?
Or 20.
Okay,
yeah.
well, so there you go. So far, it's been a little bit of a topsy-turvy start for a lot of the
Pius
rosters.
got beat by about 20 to a Missouri team.
Well, but that's,
you never know.
That's a Missouri team, and Pius is always a prestigious program when it comes to its talent. But I think for the Dogs, it was perfect to see that Ogallala team to start their jamboree because Norfolk only having 3 wins last season. Just like we talked about with the girls team, this feels like a very winnable matchup and a matchup where they don't feel that they are the weaker opponent. They're kind of pretty par for par, I think, with Norfolk, even if Norfolk comes in with more experience varsity-wise with their seniors.
They've got a big senior class, and 4 of those guys were starting as sophomores 2 years ago.
Yeah. So it's really, it is, first off, it's a sight to behold, to be fair. But also at the same time, for them to be so experienced and not really pick up any real victories on that end, it is interesting to see how they're going to react this season with another year under their belt. Same for the Dogs, returning 28 points compared to last season. So it's time now to jump into our Double Dips Ice Creamery starting lineup. Double Dips Ice Creamery in the historic Canteen District in North Platte offers 24 plus different flavors of hand-dipped ice cream served in a variety of ways. Double Dips offers homemade waffle cones and bowls alongside homemade fudge, freshly baked desserts. For the side of Norfolk, I'll start us off on this one. Landon Viergoots, the 5'11 senior, gets the start alongside Parker Rabis, the 6'2 senior. Alexander McSantsev gets the start as well, the 6'2 senior. Gavin Jarecki, the 6'5 senior, as well as Aiden Placencia, the 6'7 junior. Really the only new addition to this Norfolk squad being Placencia this season, as of course we are getting into our awesome starting lineup video. Jeff Smeltzer being the dad over there. Love it so much for it. On the side now for North Platte High School when it comes to who's starting on there, and there is already one adjustment that they are making compared to that Ogallala game, as Caleb Odell will be starting from the bench in this game. So starting off for North Platte High School, Logan Hayes, the 6'2 junior, coming back. He will start, as Jeff Smeltzer said, had 12 points for Hayes in that Jamboree game versus the Indians. Sam Euling gets to start, the 6'2 senior, one of the lone 3 seniors on this squad. Jake Kincaid, 6'3 junior, gets to start. Jeff Smeltzer's son, Jarrett Smeltzer, the 5'8 junior, and then Jonathan Rinke, the 6'4 junior, also starting. Expect to see minutes from Harper Whitney as well as Caleb Odell, who are coming off the bench today for head coach Jimmy Pack. Quick scoring update when it comes to North Platte Community College. Halftime right now, Laramie County with a 52-33 lead over the Knights women's basketball team. That's in Laramie. Of course, the men will follow preceding that game as we're getting through the starting lineup as Jonathan Rinke last to get called up. And we're just about to get ready to rock and roll. Jeff Smeltzer, it is boys basketball action. Knights, excuse me, not Knights, whoops, Knights on my mind. Bulldogs 0-0, Norfolk 0-0. We're starting the season. Jonathan Rinke will be taking the jump alongside Alexander McShantsev. A lot of these names familiar for Norfolk just because a lot of these guys played football. Of course, a tough game for North Platte High School on the football side of things, falling to the Panthers at home. But correction, it's Logan Hayes taking the jump, and it's won by McShantsev, and the other way with it come the Panthers to start game number 1 as Jarrett Smeltzer is going to pick up Rabas. Now that ball's on the floor, and it's picked up by Logan Hayes. They were trying to get it into the post to Placencia. Kincaid to Hayes on the perimeter. Now to Jarrett Smeltzer, guarded by Parker Rabas. Smeltzer now driving in. Now lost the ball for a second, passes it to Kincaid. Now Rinke with it. Jonathan Rinke to Euling. Euling dribbling, getting poked at by Viergoots. Now Logan Hayes going baseline. Hayes up for a strong bucket. It is short on the floor, and it's going to be rebounded there by Alexander McShantsev. And the other way comes Norfolk and the Panthers. Tied 0-0 on our State Farm agent, Bobby Hull scoreboard.
And again, this is a different Panther team from last year. They've got a new head coach, new old head coach.
I was going to say probably one of the most prestigious head coaches in their program's history, as that's Placencia who's missing the bucket. Cross court to Sam Ewing on the far side. Now to Logan Hayes, and the offense sets up. Smeltzer, beautiful spin move into the lane. There's a foul going to be called against Parker Rabas.
Attaboy, kid, knock him down.
Already some good changes to Jared Smeltzer from a year ago, a guy who really didn't like to get down and dirty into the paint. Making a good move interiorly and drawing a foul from Parker Rabas, and Jared Smeltzer to the free throw line. How is Mr. Smeltzer's free throws in the offseason, Jeff?
We'll see.
Well, he's off to a rough start as he misses. He's 0 for 1 to start this game off. Can already tell Dixie frowning on the sideline on the other end of things. Still 0-0. He'll make the second at least, so he's 1 for 2 to start, and North Platte strikes first, 1-0 on our State Farm agent, Bobby Hull scoreboard. Rabas with the ball, picking his dribble up, needing some help. Finds it on the near side to Jarecki, and a foul. Called against Jake Kincaid against Aiden Placencia. The one guy that's added to this rotation from last season that we're kind of in an unknown with is that Aiden Placencia.
He's a big one.
6'7".
Yeah.
As there's that pass down low to Placencia, and he strikes. Speak of the name, and there he goes, the 6'7" guard, center against Jake Kincaid. Smeltzer into the lane, Euroing up, blocked from behind by Placencia. Ranke's able to get the miss. He tries to put it back up, no good. And it's rebounded on the side by Landon Viergoots. Viergoots, far side to Rabas, and Rabas travels. And a turnover for Norfolk. Still a 1-point lead at 2-1 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard.
I don't know if a scoop shot's a way to go against a 6'7" center, but
no. As Jarrett Smeltzer to the near side with the ball now. Getting a screen from Jake Kincaid.
Good screen by Jake.
Good bounce pass down low. Down low to Jonathan Rinke. That's some good passing there. Jeff Smeltzer and the Dogs get their first field goal today from Jonathan Rinke.
Good look. Nice pass that time.
1-point lead for North Platte here in this first quarter. They go down to Placencia. Guarded by Kincaid. Placencia up and under. It's just too easy right now.
They need backside help.
Yeah, Aiden Placencia just backed down Kincaid and got an easy bucket. With that, a 4-3 lead for Norfolk on our State Farm agent, Bobby Hull scoreboard. Logan Hayes now here on the near side, three-point line. We'll hand it back off to Smeltzer with 20 on the shot clock. Smeltzer in the lane, pumping, spinning to Rinke. Rinke driving in on McShantsev. And that's going to be a travel there from Jonathan Rinke. His 2 steps moved his pivot foot, and that's a turnover for the Dogs.
I think he was trying to lean in on somebody, and they backed away, and he just
hit air. Lost the balance. Of course, new head coach for Norfolk, Ben Rees, previously had been here. Jeff Smeltzer, you talked about the accolades during one of our just talks off air. You know, what does this guy bring to this program?
Well, 244 wins versus 94 losses, and in 14 years he took 8 teams to state.
As there's a 3 on the way, no good. Rebounded by Jake Kincaid. Alexander McShantsev throwing it up the court now to Ranky. Bad pass from Smeltzer. Picked back up. They go down to Ranky. Ranky, up he goes, short. Tried to get the rebound, and that's rebounded by Gavin Jarecki. Couple of good looks for Jonathan Ranky that falls short. And now it's still a 4-3 lead for Norfolk. Into the lane
Weak
with
side
it.
help, where
Veer
are you?
Goots down low and an easy bucket for Aiden Placencia. He's got 6 points and a foul. And with that, a 6-3 lead. Into the free throw line goes Placencia. As checking in comes Caleb Odell as well for North Platte High School. Harper Whitney.
Pair of seniors coming in.
First time we're seeing Harper Whitney today. Of course, tore his ACL in the Omaha Benson game a year ago. Recovered, didn't play basketball, and now back again. As Aiden Placencia misses the free throw, and it's Jonathan Ranky with the rebound. 6-3 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard. Whitney, jab steps, and lost the basketball, and it's a turnover. Guarded by Parker Rabis. Dogs looks good to start, but now have kind of faltered a bit here with 4:42 left to go in this first quarter.
All right. Hey, weak side, get ready to help on that entry pass to
Rabis to Jarecki, and then down low they go. Almost stolen away by Ranky, and it is stolen away. Oh, off the knee of Jonathan Ranky. Good defense from the Dogs to strip it away from Placencia, but unfortunate bounce on that end. It's now an inbounds on the baseline for Parker Rabis with 4:31 left to go in the first quarter. Rabis to Placencia. Placencia backing down Jonathan Ranky. Ranky almost poked it away again. Placencia now driving in. Here comes McShantsev, and Alexander McShantsev has 2 points, and it's now 8-3 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard. Ranky in a double team now crosses, or tried to cross court it on over to Caleb Odell, and the other way with it comes Parker Rabis. Almost blocked by Harper Whitney. And they're gonna call a goaltend.
No.
Oh my,
no,
I don't know about that one, guys. That one looked...
He got it before it hit the backboard.
I 100% agree. And because of that, though, free 2 points.
Kind of miss the college where you do get the replay, even on the JUCO level.
Yeah, as there goes Aiden Placencia as head coach.
Several 13 and 12 come in here. Or 31 and 12, sorry.
So checking in Amari Williams as well as Vidal Aguirre. Susan Aguirre, if I remember correctly. Up the court now, here comes Logan Hayes for North Platte High School, trailing 10-3 here in this first quarter. Hayes steps back to Ranky. Ranky surveying the defense and finds Harper Whitney, who lost the basketball. And here comes the other way, Aguirre. Aguirre up for the layup, no good. On the floor, that ball is picked up, though, by Gavin Jarecki, and a double dribble for Jarecki.
Jared Smeltzer comes in, and
Harper Whitney will check out. An unfortunate start for Harper Whitney. Back-to-back turnovers with the ball through his hands. So Dogs early on going
really need a bucket here.
Yeah, early on with a 7-man rotation in this ball game. As Coach Jimmy Pack directing traffic, and a light full court press coming in now for the Panthers as Jarrett Smeltzer crosses half court. Smeltzer crosses over Aguirre. Now to Hayes, calling for a screen as Hayes lost the ball, and that's going to be stripped away and stolen as up that ball goes. Smeltzer tries to pick it up, and it's thrown out of bounds by Aguirre.
Good scramble that time by Jarrett.
As now the Dogs will inbound on the near side with 3:29 left to go in this first quarter, trailing 10-3.
Coach Pack a little excited. I think we passed up a shot.
Or missed assignment. I think
Yeah.
Caleb Odell was supposed to be in the specific area and wasn't, but now here comes Jarrett Smeltzer the other way, guarded by Vidal Aguirre. Now it goes to Hayes. Hayes hands the ball off to Jonathan Ranky. Ranky surveying the defense, guarded by Jarecki into a double team. Kicks to Smeltzer. Smeltzer jab steps. He'll pull up for three. Off the iron, no
iron.
good. Almost rebounded by Ranky as that's there to pick it up, Vidal Aguirre. Now slowing things down is Viergoots. Viergoots hands that ball off to Aguirre. Viergoots jab steps into the lane on Sam Ewing. Shot no good. Great defensive block from Jarrett Smeltzer. Bounce pass to Logan Hayes. He'll slow it down, and a foul going to be called on Amari Williams. As checking back in comes Aiden Placencia as well as Parker Rabis for Norfolk. 10-3 early on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard in favor of Norfolk as Viergoots checks out as well as Alexander McShansiv. No changes for the Dogs as they get the ball in the corner to Logan Hayes. Hayes dribbles around the perimeter, thought about getting it inside to Reinke. Now on the baseline, back out, Jonathan Reinke with 28 on the shot clock. Oh, goes right past his man. Reinke, no good on the shot. And will draw a foul. That's now number 2, I think, against Jonathan Reinke as Parker Rabis collects it. That's the first foul for Reinke, thank heavens, but
nice
so
move.
close. I mean,
Just
he
to
blew
finish that.
right past Placencia, but so far in this early portion, Jonathan Reinke struggling to find the same success he did in the paint against Ogallala. Oh, almost got a defensive steal again as Placencia blocked by Reinke. Williams with the ball now on the perimeter, lost it for a second, slowing it down and finds Aguirre. Guarded by Smeltzer, up high, oh, Jarecki steps out of bounds. And a turnover for Norfolk. The Dogs defense causing chaos.
Great student section tonight by the Bulldogs.
Great student section, the bench is on fire. Man, the energy in this arena is really good. As Jared Smeltzer now the other way with it, 10-3. Both teams struggling to score in these last 3 minutes. Smeltzer hands the ball off to Logan Hayes. Hayes cross courts to Odell. Odell into the paint. Now kicks it back out to a 3 from Jonathan Reinke. Yes, nothing but net for Reinke. And that might be what opens the floodgates. 10-6 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard. Wow, a little half-hearted shot that's rebounded by Sam Ewing. Up the court they go to Reinke, but it's out of his reach and a turnover for the Dogs offense. Good look, Reinke had a step, but just a little too far as Alexander McShansev looks to check back in for Norfolk. Also checking in, Landon Viergoots. As Jarecki checks out, as well as Aguirre. So back to that starting 5 for Norfolk compared to the Dogs, who really haven't changed much in terms of rotations, as the only one out from the starting lineup being Jake Kincaid. Rabis to Viergoots. Viergoots surveys and finds McShansev. McShansev into the lane. Good defense from Smeltzer as well as Logan Hayes. He gets the rebound and puts it right back up. I say that, but he gets an offensive board. Second rebound for Alexander McShansev, and that ball bounces out of bounds on Amari Williams.
Oh, say off Bulldogs.
Oh, and that's another turnover for North Platte. With 1:23 left to go on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard here in quarter number 1. To the far side, Viergoots with it, trying to break down Sam Ewing. Crosses Sam Ewing over. Viergoots hands it off to Placencia. Spin move, and up he goes. He misses it, but he somehow doesn't collect the rebound, and Jared Smeltzer picks it up, and a foul will be called against Parker Rabis. And we are allowed to play some basketball today as Aiden Placencia and it feels like half of the Bulldogs defense just going at it for that rebound as Adrian Williams checks in for Parker Rabis, who has 2 fouls already in this first quarter. It's 12-6. Now the lead on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard. He meets you where you're at, help you get to where you want to be. Smeltzer on the perimeter into the lane. Hop steps and fires from 12. No good. Almost rebounded by Logan Hayes, but McShansev picks it up. Poked away by Smeltzer. Oh, into the air. Logan Hayes again taps it, and it goes out of bounds off of Amari Williams.
Oh, that was good team hustle that time.
Smeltzer poked it away. Logan Hayes poked it away, and a turnover for Norfolk as checking out goes Amari Williams, and back in comes Gavin Jarecki. With 47 seconds left to go in this first quarter, a 6-point lead for the Panthers. 12-6 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard. Oh, wide open, Logan Hayes for 3, baby, yes! Hayes wide open, and he nails it. Cut in half. The lead now 12-9.
Assist by Rinky.
As with 26 seconds left to go, Viergoots into the corner now to Jarecki. Jarecki hop-stepping over and past Caleb Odell. And Gavin Jarecki, his first 2 points, tough matchup, and that's a bad pass from Odell. A turnover. Jarecki spinning, and Jarecki laying it up and in. It's now 16-9 as Smeltzer up the court. Oh, it's going to be blocked out of bounds with 1 second left. Reed O'Brien will check in for, let's see who. It will be Caleb Odell, who unfortunately, a tough start to this quarter for Caleb Odell. Some uncharacteristic mistakes for the senior, and Reed O'Brien checks in. 1 second left to go before the end of this first quarter. A three on the way from Logan Hayes, going to be falling way short. And we'll come back to quarter number 2 action here from the Doghouse on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream at NorthPlattePost.com.
We're always open right around the corner. Quick Stop. We're your 24-hour convenience store. Fast, friendly, no one gives you more. Gas, food, your favorite drink. Get everything you need in a blink. That's why everybody stops at Quick Stop. We're always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
The Bulldogs play here on FM 98.1 and 1410 AM KOOQ. Merrick's Ranch House. Lunch specials Tuesday through Saturday with 2 sides, just $10. See them on Facebook. Dine in, order online, use DoorDash, or just call for carryout. Merrick's.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here. Second quarter action on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull scoreboard. A 7-point lead for the side of Norfolk and the Panthers, 16-9 as we start quarter number 2.
There's Mr. Zavala from
I was going to say, good to see Mr. Zavala there.
Yeah.
Timeout's brought to you in part by our timeout sponsor, Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group at his location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B, as well as our other sponsors for today's game. Hands of Heartland. Hands of Heartland has offered support and services for those with developmental disabilities in Nebraska since 1998, bringing those services to the North Platte area. As well as La Casa del Rios, Dave's Place Pizza and Wings, Cole Johnson with High Street Insurance, and Al's Lock and Safe. All right, here we go. Second quarter start. Dogs need to clean a few things up as now Logan Hayes goes on the attack. Hayes, up he goes with a tough shot. It's off the mark, and he gets the rebound and blocked up front there by Gavin Jarecki. He collected the miss, but it's blocked, and now Jarecki the other way. Into the lane, on O'Brien. Jarecki, no good. And fought for the rebound, Placencia and Jake Kincaid, and Placencia gets it. He tries to go up and under, and he does so. Boy, Aiden Placencia having himself a night.
I don't remember him last year. I don't know where he came from.
He was not part of the starting lineup last season or even played minutes for Norfolk. He has 10 in this first half. As Sam Euling now with the ball around the perimeter and hands it off to Logan Hayes. Now to Jake Kincaid with 19 on the shot clock. Kincaid from the free throw line. There's a good bucket for Jake Kincaid, and that's what he needs. I mean, he's got a tough matchup against Aiden Placencia.
Yeah, get a stop here.
Parker Rabbis now on the right wing, getting a screen from McShansep. Into the lane goes Rabbis. Ooh, and a foul going against Jarrett Smeltzer to start this second quarter as Jonathan Rinke will check in for Reed O'Brien. Good to see, of course, Reed. Do you know where his brother went to college?
Johnny's brother?
Yeah.
He went to North Platte Community College and now is in, just graduated Army basic training.
Sick. Good to know. Yep. The O'Brien family still going good.
The O'Brien family.
Yeah.
I was thinking
not right, yeah.
Landon went to North Platte Community College and I think maybe UNK.
Oh, perfect. Good to see that. So tipped out of bounds.
If I'm wrong, somebody correct me.
So here comes Norfolk. Once again, down low to Placencia. Guarded by Kincaid, and Placencia, man, backs him down. Can't get that shot to fall, and there's a good rebound, but a bad pass for Jake Kincaid, and it's over and back. So the Dogs have the right idea, but honestly, they're just kind of doing the opposite of what the girls are doing, and they're really rushing things.
Yeah.
here in this game versus Norfolk. And honestly, they shouldn't have to really play this way. It's not like Norfolk's exerting a lot of pressure. I think the Dogs are just trying to do a little too much early on as Sam Euling with the inbounds, guarded by Viergoots. Jonathan Reinke will take it up in the backcourt. Avoid a turnover. He's guarded by Jarecki. 6:30 left to go here before halftime. Good screen. Reinke picking his dribble up. Now to Jake Kincaid. Kincaid to Smeltzer. Smeltzer penetrates into the lane. Pump faking into the corner. 3 from Euling. No good. Almost got it. That ball is bouncing around, and it's rebounded by Alexander McShantsev. He's got 4. Now up the court. Stolen almost by Jarrett Smeltzer as he got in front of the pass for Gavin Jarecki. Intended was Jarecki, excuse me. And now Caleb Odell will check back in, as well as checking in as Vidal Aguirre will check in. Odell checks back in, looking to hopefully have a little better stint than he did in his first.
Yeah. See how they match up here.
Aguirre to Rabbis. Rabbis thought about driving in, will pass it back to Viergoots, deep 3. No good, and it's rebounded by Mr. Caleb Odell. The ball pushed up tempo now to Jarrett Smeltzer. Smeltzer changing pace, tried to throw it, and it's stolen away by Viergoots. Bad pass by Smeltzer. Viergoots the other way, and a foul from Jake Kincaid as Viergoots up with the and one, and another bucket this time for Norfolk. They lead by 9, 22-11.
That's 3 fouls on Jake.
Yeah.
It was all because of that turnover. Right idea. He saw somebody just
a little too late as well, as Cohen Skiff will be checking in now, the senior, as Viergoots' free throw is up and in. As in comes Logan Hayes and out goes Jake Kincaid. And that's kind of the one thing. The Dogs do have some better height, but when it comes to a physical matchup like Placencia brings, it's really just Jake Kincaid that brings that strength at the moment. As Reinke, while he is tall, more of a athlete than he is a power center. How about Odell? Flamethrower, quick 3. Yes!
There we go.
And that's what Caleb Odell does so well. A quick release and a really good three-point shooter. His first points today. It's 20-14 on our State Farm agent Bobby Holst scoreboard. Aguirre almost lost the basketball. Up to Viergoots now at the right wing. Viergoots gets a screen from Skiff. Viergoots from the free throw line. No good. Fought for. Rebounded on the side by Jarecki all the way out to Parker Rabbis. In the corner, Aguirre for 3. Airballed it. And Jonathan Reinke with a rebound. As the Dogs fan zone getting in on it. Student section loved that air ball. Smeltzer crossed over, lost the ball. Smeltzer, no good. That's stolen away. Here comes Aguirre, one-on-one with Euling. Bounce pass, and it's good to Landon Viergoots. Another mistake for the Dogs. Another turnover, and it leads to a bucket. 23-14.
That's that turnover between the top of the key and half court.
The Dogs really had been a team that really converted, but had a lot of those mistakes last season and still are converting those as Smeltzer checks out and back in comes Reed O'Brien. Again, it just feels like the Dogs are doing just a little too much when they have the basketball. And because of that, mistakes are mounting. As here comes Landon Viergoots. He was 1 for 1 on his last free throw attempt. Short, good box out and rebound by Sam Euling. So still a 9-point lead. Hayes, hop steps into the lane. Oh, and he's called for a travel. And a turnover, and now head coach Jimmy Pack confused on that one.
Yeah, I was too.
He hop stepped, and I don't think he took another step after it from his pivot foot, so.
I think it was kind of a long step and a hesitation, which
may give off the
weird,
illusion, but he definitely did not travel, and Logan Hayes trying to find clarification as well. That would have been a good bucket for the Dogs, maybe momentum-wise, but Parker Rabbis now up the court with it for Norfolk on the far side. Rabbis to Aguirre. Aguirre now to Placencia, guarded by Jonathan Reinke. Picks his dribble up. Now driving in, McShantsev, and that's a hard foul against Sam Euling, and I think we're going to see some free throws for Alexander McShantsev. Another foul for the Dogs, this time against Sam Euling, his second. So
8 turnovers so far for the Dogs.
Yeah.
So we've got 4 minutes left to play here in the
first half. Jake Kincaid, 3 fouls, 2 for Sam Euling, and it's McShansiv at the free throw line. He has 4 points, 4 rebounds already in this game. As first free throw, short from McShansiv. As turning back in comes Amari Williams for Aguirre. 23-14 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard. We meet you where you're at and help you get to where you want to be. He'll make the second, so McShansiv 1 for 2. He's got 5 points on this game. Now it's a 10-point lead for Norfolk. And a quick 3 from Caleb Odell. Off the front iron, no good. Strong rebound by Gavin Jarecki, and here comes the other way, Jarecki. Jarecki one-on-one with Logan Hayes. Another beautiful spin move for Gavin Jarecki. Honestly, that seems to be all he has is spin moves, and it working really good right now for Jarecki. Oh no, another bad mistake and a bad turnover for North Platte. As here comes McShansiv now to Jarecki. Jarecki dribbles back out to the perimeter and resets offensively. Williams. As McShansiv drives on Logan Hayes. Tough shot, no good. And Jonathan Ranke saves it, poked out from behind. No good on the shot. Fought for, rebounded on the side by Williams, and it's a Parker Rabbis 3. No good. Somebody hold on to the basketball. And we have so Parker Rabbis.
I don't know what the call is.
That's a new one I've seen.
Because he said number 5, and Jarrett's not in, so it'd have to be on.
It is Parker Rabbis. So they're still giving the ball to Norfolk.
Yeah, I don't know what the call is.
So they're pointing to Parker Rabbis, but Parker Rabbis was out of the play.
Yeah.
Interesting. We'll have to get an explanation from Jimmy Pack. As we even have a timeout
before it was inbounded.
Yeah, so here's a timeout by North Platte.
I think he's going to ask for the explanation.
Yeah, because again, Parker Rabbis was out of the play, nowhere near where that ball was. So a full timeout here. Our timeouts are brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group at his location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. As well as Justin Thompson Agency with American Family Insurance. With the ever-changing industry standards, they pride themselves on top-notch customer service, no matter what type of insurance you're looking for. So a 12-point lead for Norfolk, 26-14 with 3:31. Dogs have what, 10 turnovers now, if I'm right? It was 8 last time we discussed, and I think that's now up to 9 or 10. Comparatively.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Oh, it was worse than I thought. And to be fair, I can't even say to be fair, but it's not like these turnovers they're bad, but I think they're just coming from the Dogs doing too much. You know, they're really trying to really do a lot for no apparent reason, and that's costing them the mistakes.
They're playing with a fast pace and just
careless.
Yeah.
They're playing fast, but they're playing reckless and careless with the basketball, and those are two words you do not want to combine together when it comes to having the ball in your hands. So Norfolk will have an inbounds on the baseline following the call from the official against Parker Rabbis.
We don't know what the call was.
It's not a foul against Rabbis. And it's not a delay of game. It's almost, I don't know if it's not a delay of game, but whatever it is, Norfolk will inbound the ball all the way up to Jarecki, but he goes all the way out of bounds.
It should be Bulldog ball on the baseline.
So yes.
Smeltzer back in, O'Brien
So
out.
Reed O'Brien checks out, Jarrett Smeltzer checks in.
No pressure by the Panthers.
Yeah, with 3:31, they just want to get set up on their half-court end. As here comes Jarrett Smeltzer the other way, a 12-point lead for Norfolk. Into the corner to Caleb Odell. Back to Smeltzer, surveying what the defense gives him, guarded by Williams. Smeltzer into the lane, spinning. Jarrett Smeltzer, bounce pass to Odell, and then it's stolen away. A good look, but again, just a smidge off. And with that, a turnover in Norfolk. That's tipped out of bounds. Actually, correction, into the hands of Logan Hayes. Good defense from Sam Euling. Bounce pass to Smeltzer. Smeltzer cross courts to Odell. He'll pull up for a quick 3. No, short again. Takes a bad bounce. Rebounded by Jonathan Ranke. Ranke to Hayes. To Smeltzer in the right corner. Back to Ranke, guarded by Placencia. Now Hayes thought about that three and driving on Jarecki, but fires to Euling. 23 seconds on the shot clock. Odell to Smeltzer. Dogs slowing the pace down a little bit. Good passing as Logan Hayes behind the back. Lost the ball again, and a foul will be called. Another tough call, and this goes against Amari Williams. Getting a little sloppy here when it comes to everybody in the second quarter, as checking in comes Peyton Harlan, the senior for Norfolk. Still a 26-14 lead for the Panthers as Williams checks out. As it's Logan Hayes inbounding the basketball. Ranke on the right corner. Finding an opening to Hayes. Now Odell, he'll fire another quick three. It's short again, but good rebound by Jonathan Ranke. Double team for Ranke. Backing down Placencia. Up he goes. And that's good positioning for Jonathan Ranke, and he has another bucket, a 10-point lead for Norfolk. And that's what you need. You got to grow some confidence against Adrian Placencia, or Aiden Placencia. Harlan to Viergoots. Viergoots wide open for three. It's going to be way short, but somehow it's rebounded and almost put back in by Harlan, and it's out of bounds by Norfolk.
Good.
Pretty sloppy rebounding effort from the Dogs there, but checking in for the first time today, Brecken Korko checks in. As out goes Jared Smeltzer, Korko checks in for the first time, so it's number 8 now, I think, off the bench in terms of rotation-wise for North Platte.
9. We're up to 9
now.
up to
9 now, okay. As that ball goes out of bounds off the knee of Caleb Odell, and another turnover for North Platte. Ay. Turnovers, man, are just eating the Dogs alive right now. And honestly, for it to only be a 10-point lead with the amount of turnovers they have, you have to be counting your blessings just a bit if you're North Platte with 1:50 left to go in this first half. Viergoots guarded by Euling. Now passes to Harlan. Harlan dribbles and quick pass to McShansev. He goes on to Logan Hayes in the paint. Wow. Alexander McShansev with a tough shot that goes in. And now it's back up to a 12-point lead, 28-16. Give credit also to Norfolk, man. They're making some tough shots.
Yeah, they are.
Ranke deep three. Yes, that's his second three today for Jonathan Ranke.
Both of them off of Sam Euling assists. Only down by 9. Get a stop here.
I was going to say one stop and another big bucket, and this game is right back in it for the Dogs. Down low, they try to go. Great defense from Brecken Korko. And now here comes Caleb Odell to Logan Hayes. 1:04 left to go. They go down low to Korko. Over now to Euling. To a wide open Odell three. Off the back iron, no good, and it's rebounded by Aiden Placencia. Good look, though, for Odell.
Yeah, nice find. Good job to find him out there open the top of the key.
Harlan now pulls up for a transition three, and it's nothing but net for Peyton Harlan. And they answer back. Norfolk does, as checking in now comes Talon Outerkirk. Oh, good hop step from Logan Hayes, and a foul against Peyton Harlan. The first we'll be seeing of Outerkirk today. His father, Trav, trying to find where Travis is right now.
Be taking photos somewhere?
Well, he is. I'm just trying to find where he is. Oh, he's over there. Straight away, right behind the ref. So.
And Talon's another deep threat. He's a three-point shooter. Also, really improved his defense. I've been impressed with that.
Course played all of last season on the JV squad and will probably get his first as a missed free throw from Logan Hayes. His first
back in as well.
So Outerkirk and Smeltzer check in. So Outerkirk's first varsity game of his career, the junior, 5'10". Of course, saw a lot of him at the JV level last season for North Platte. As Logan Hayes trying to avoid going 0 for 2, and he goes 1 for 2. A 11-point lead now for the Panthers. With 31 seconds left to go and the shot clock turned off, I think Norfolk's going to try to just find the last shot here before halftime. Harlan, swing pass now into the corner to Viergoots. Viergoots trying to get to Placencia. Good defense from the Dogs. Oh, into a sea of hands,
off maroon,
and it's off.
Off maroon.
Of Norfolk, a costly turnover, and now North Platte with an opportunity to go into halftime with a bucket. As here comes.
Now they can cut it to single digits.
Yep,
that would
Jared
be huge.
Smeltzer with 12 seconds up the court. Guarded by Viergoots. Smeltzer driving into the paint, behind the back, 6 seconds. spins and hands to Jonathan Reinke. He'll fire up a shot. Oh, Corco! Oh, got a good rebound and missed it. But an 11-point lead for the side of Norfolk as we go into halftime. I mean, for how terrible the Dogs were offensively when it comes to their turnovers, to only be trailing by 11 going into half is probably a miracle if you're head coach Jimmy Pack in this offense.
Yeah, it could be much worse. We'll look at try and get the shooting numbers here in a bit, but we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14 turnovers in the first half.
Just unfortunately unacceptable for any team, you know, even if it's boys or girls. It's just unacceptable to have that many amount of turnovers. But again, as I stated, to only be trailing by 11 is a miracle, because if you turn that ball over that much, it should be like 20 in terms of what that lead should look like.
Still within reach. Placencia didn't play a lot there towards the end, which is
didn't
good.
Really look good when he was in there. I mean,
Kincaid had 3 fouls,
yeah,
so that was a benefit for the Dogs.
Yeah, and Placencia, ever since he got those 10 points following the third foul from Kincaid, pretty quiet in that second quarter. So Dogs may have found something, but still need to keep aware of what he can do. And outside of that, they just need to calm down. Honestly, the big takeaway in this first half is calm down, because if they can do that, honestly, this game is much closer than it appears right now.
Right.
So with that, we'll step aside and we'll take a break. Jeff Smeltzer will get his stats, and with that, we come back. Our Quick Stop halftime show on FM 98.1 and AM 1410.
This December at Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan, they're celebrating Merry Miles Ahead with their final drive of 25. Your best chance to wrap up the year in a brand new ride. With powerful trucks to fuel-saving sedans and family-ready SUVs, it's the perfect time to upgrade with incredible year-end savings, flexible financing, and the friendly service you know and trust. They're here to help you enjoy the ride. From their family to yours, they wish you a joyful holiday season and Merry Miles Ahead in 2026. Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan. Online at billsummers.com.
Ho, ho, Merry Christmas!
Craving bold flavors and authentic Chinese cuisine? Look no further than Szechuan Famous Foods. From spicy Szechuan classics to mouth-watering dumplings, fresh sushi, their dishes are crafted with the freshest ingredients and traditional recipes. Whether you're dining in or taking out, every bite is a taste of China. Visit Szechuan Famous Foods today, where flavor is always first. Located 20 Rodeo Road, or order online at SzechuanFamous.com for carry-out delivery. Your taste buds will thank you.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
See me, Pete Volz, at 501 South Jeffers for a free insurance review.
Personalized care with one goal, to keep you moving and enjoying life. Dr. Anthony Martin is now seeing patients at Great Plains Health Orthopedics, fellowship trained in hand and upper extremity surgery. Dr. Martin treats carpal tunnel, tennis elbow, arthritis, and trauma fractures throughout the body, and is fluent in Spanish. Schedule today at 308-568-3800.
Your health is our mission. Great Plains Health.
Experience the beauty of downtown North Platte and enjoy lunch or dinner at the Cedar Room. The Cedar Room is an unparalleled restaurant experience with this unique atmosphere where modern meets rustic. Enjoy a handcrafted cocktail made with the freshest ingredients by a master mixologist while dining from their delicious American fusion cuisine menu. Make a reservation by calling 308-532-4825 or reserve online at thecedarroomne.com. The Cedar Room, 505 North Dewey in beautiful downtown North Platte.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back to the Doghouse, FM 98.1, AM 1410, Quick Stop halftime show. 27 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop always open right around the corner. Also thank you to our other sponsors for today's game, Hands of Heartland. Hands of Heartland has offered support and services for those with developmental disabilities here in Nebraska since 1998, and they're bringing those services to the North Platte area. If you want to sponsor a game, whether it be North Platte High School or North Platte Community College, reach out to our sales team today at northplattepost.com and be a part of the action. Jeff Smeltzer, Paxton Gordon here from the Doghouse. Dogs on the boys' side currently trailing 31-20, and we're kind of counting our blessings because this could have been disastrously worse for North Platte with the amount of mistakes that piled up offensively in that first half, Jeff Smeltzer.
Yeah, you combine 14 turnovers with 33% field goal shooting. That's a recipe for disaster.
That's a recipe to disaster, and for it to only be an 11-point lead for Norfolk, again, you're kind of counting your stars there and just being like, well, thank heavens, because that is just not – it's not a good way to start, and it kind of feels reminiscent of last season when you kind of feel like it should be. You know, a lot of our problems were open court turnovers, but a lot of poor decision-making and a lot of really hustled-up plays.
Yeah.
And so far, that's been the enemy for the Dogs in there. Not only their jamboree game, but also this first game in this first half.
Trying to make the difficult pass instead of the easy one.
Yes, and some of those, I think, are good reads. They're just like either a half second too late or it's just a poor pass, to be honest with you.
A couple of fumbled passes as well.
Yes.
So, just slow down, get things under control. And believe it or not, 33% field goal shooting overall, but from the three-point line, they're 4 of 11 or 36%.
Better. I mean, that's got to be better than last. That is way better than last season by a country mile.
Ricky 2 for 3, Hayes 1 for 2, Odell 1 for 5 from the three-point line.
Yeah, but he's always
Jared Smeltzer 0 for 1.
Yeah, but you know, Caleb Odell is just going to be a high-volume shooter. So at the end of the game, we'll evaluate how that goes. But I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I still think it's a good step for this team in the first half. I understand that the turnovers are the insurmountable problem right now for this team. But when they don't commit a turnover, really the offense is finding some good pacing and some good spacing and really forcing this Norfolk team to run around a lot.
And how many threes have they made? How many have they even taken?
All right, so they've definitely, let's see
they
here.
Have not
so
taken many.
They've only, so according to, I only have 1 3 right now on the board. And that's,
I don't know if they've taken more than 2 or 3
They've
threes.
only taken 3, if I remember correctly, 2 of them from Veerdoots.
Which is a big change from them from last year. Only
Peyton Hartland's the only 3-point right now that's been
so
made.
I would like to see our guards just cheat off their guy and get in there and, rake at the ball if it gets inside to Jarecki or
Placencia right now are the 2 big problems when it comes to
Jarecki on the drive
forwards.
with a spin move. If you got a weak side guard, get him in there. Don't worry about the guy. Have him make some threes before you worry about him.
And no offense to Jarecki, who's probably a really good player, but so far all he's shown he can do is is literally 1-step spin into the lane and then shoot. That's all he's done, and it's so far confused the Dogs a little bit. And then Aiden Placencia is just so far outworking whoever is placed on him. And I mean, unfortunately, it's Jake Kincaid who has 3 fouls right now. That's probably the only guy who can match physical for physical with Placencia.
Yeah.
But I felt like the Dogs did find a little bit in that end of the second quarter when guarding Placencia because, of course, after that strong start in the first, he kind of went a little quiet in that second quarter.
Yeah. Well, I definitely make sure he gets double teamed when he gets the ball.
Maybe it is moving, Johnny on him. I think Jonathan, while may not be as good physically, just in terms of a pure athletic standpoint, is I think just a step above Jake, who is more of that bruiser type of big.
I still think the help needs to come from Jared or Logan or whoever the weak side guard is to come in there, get a hand in there, try and knock that ball loose. If you get a foul, you get a foul. Jake's the only one in foul trouble.
Yeah, Logan has, Sam Ewing has 2 and Jake has 3. So as you said, not many people have foul issues right now just outside of Jake Kincaid. So still a lot of things to learn and develop for this team. And again, it's only first half of the first game of this season. Only an 11-point lead for Norfolk and the Panthers. So when we come back, second half action here on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream at NorthPlattePost.com.
In a lawsuit, a little extra liability protection can go a long way. I'm Justin Thompson at the Justin Thompson Agency. A personal umbrella policy from American Family Insurance offers $1 million or more of coverage over and above the limits of your auto and home policy. And it's affordable. Contact Justin at the Justin Thompson Agency at 501 South Dewey Street or call 534-2400 today.
American Family Insurance.
Ben is in a sticky situation.
I got so excited for my fresh-baked Runza cinnamon rolls that I forgot to grab a napkin.
Now you got cinnamon roll fingers, and they're so ooey.
And gooey. I can't grab a spoon to dig into my delicious homemade chili.
Maybe you should call for help?
Oh, I'll call my mom. Oh, I've ruined my phone.
Worth it, though. Come get Runza's homemade chili, fresh-baked cinnamon rolls, and a napkin today. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to the Doghouse, FM 98.1, AM 1410. I'm trying to see if we can get an update on the Ogallala game, because that's the only game kind of going on right now. I hate to say of importance, but in terms of, of course, Ogallala girls team currently ranked number 8 in.
Who are they playing tonight?
Mullen.
Mullen
is who they are facing here tonight. I'm trying to pull up Derek's little thingy-maboober, and so far, nothing. Derek Beck, what are you doing, my man? So, as we get going here, an 11-point lead for Norfolk and the Panthers, as they'll start off with the basketball here in this third quarter. Our timeouts are brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group and his location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. And
I thought he got a running start to get down to that post.
Yeah, Placencia, even with contact, makes a great bucket, 33-20. Smeltzer into the lane, kicks to Logan Hayes, who'll fire a quick three. No, and it's rebounded after a good box out there from Gavin Jarecki. Jarecki's got 4 rebounds, and the other way comes Norfolk. Rabbits swing pass over to Viergoots. No good, as that one almost rebounded by Jake Kincaid, and it goes out of bounds off of Placencia. Again, another missed three-pointer for Norfolk off of Viergoots. And I think
we know teams kill us here from the three-point, but I'd let them try and beat you from there tonight.
I feel pretty good about where the three-point is currently falling for Norfolk, and it's not good. Now for Jonathan Ranke, I like what he's doing from beyond the arc. He'll dribble into the paint, into a double team, and it's off of Gavin Jarecki, and it's now the Dogs with an inbounds on the baseline. 7:01 left to go, 33-20 the lead.
Need something to happen here.
Smeltzer, great cut in, fires a shot from 8, no good. Good rebound though for Ranke. Ranke, no foul, gets the rebound again. Oh, no good, but good effort from Jonathan Ranke to get the ball not once but twice, and on the second time draw a foul against Gavin Jarecki.
I think Jarrett needed to go for the backboard on that little 10-footer.
But I love his aggressive for cutting in, though.
Yeah.
Found a nice soft spot and pulled the trigger, just a little too much trigger on it. As that one's in for Jonathan Ranke. What's his free throws looking like tonight, Jeff Smeltzer?
He's 1 for 1.
1 for 1 for the junior. A short one that rolls in and out, and it's picked up by Alexander McShansiv. That's number 5 for McShansiv today. And now McShansiv on the right wing, tipped away by Sam Ewing off of Viergoots. Viergoots looking for a foul from Ewing, but won't get it. And now McShansiv on the near sideline will inbound for Norfolk.
Do you think any game, any level, will ever see 15 offensive rebounds again?
Yes, off of one person, and her name is Reese Yon
for the Lady Knights.
Breaking a school record on Monday. As now Viergoots drives wide open into the lane. Offensive charge! Against Viergoots, says there's Jake Kincaid. That's pretty risky because Kincaid has 3 fouls. But
excellent defense. I hope this fires them up, get the student section going here.
If you want to talk about what was one thing that we loved to see last year from the Dogs when they were struggling to find energy,
Big Dish taking a charge.
Big Dish taking a charge was his name of the game, as here comes Smeltzer on the near sideline. Almost lost the basketball, and now will dribble around Rabbits. Into a double team. Bounce pass to Sam Ewing. Ewing now to Ranke. Backing him down. Ranke picks his dribble up. Needing some help. Running out of time. Up he goes. No good. Almost. And gets the rebound. Out to Smeltzer. Wide open 3 for Jarrett Smeltzer. It's airballed. And there is another rebound for Gavin Jarecki.
Faded away that time. He shot tilted backwards.
They thought about getting to Placencia. As into the lane there goes Viergoots to Parker Rabbis. Rabbis now to Placencia. Guarded one-on-one by Jake Kincaid. Spinning, and he's up for an easy bucket from Aiden Placencia as Kincaid tried to get another offensive charge, and it's 35-21. 14 points for Aiden Placencia. Now, Jarrett Smeltzer trying to break down Rabbis to Jonathan Ranke. Ranke drives in on Jarecki. Ranke kicks out of the hands and in somehow to the hands of Jake Kincaid for 3. No, off the back iron, no good, and Viergoots, Landon Viergoots' second rebound. Viergoots behind the back, and checking in now for North Platte, Caleb Odell. Placencia lost the ball, somehow into the hands of Parker Rabbis. Jarecki, baseline, short. Another rebound for Placencia before it's blocked by Jake Kincaid. Kincaid almost now to Smeltzer. Smeltzer up and under, no good, and it's out and into the hands of Alexander McShansev. A good look, but the ball just unfortunately does not fall in for Smeltzer, and a timeout called by Norfolk. 35-21 with Caleb Odell in. Again, don't really hate how the Dogs have been playing in this second half, but the shots unfortunately are just like the girls' game, not falling right now. Compared to Norfolk, who is seeing their shots fall in.
Reverse layup that time, about the only thing you could do. Kind of got the ball under the basket.
I think it was the right call, and it was put perfectly, but just took a nasty bounce off the rim. Yeah.
Good defensive stop down there by Jake with the block and the defensive rebound.
So it's really honestly just like with the girls' game. You got to see one shot go in at this point, and that might open the floodgates.
Only down by 14. They've only scored 3 points in this quarter.
Yeah, both teams have not been good in this third quarter. Timeouts are brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group on the one-way, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. Norfolk will have an inbounds on the far side from Alexander McShansev. Everybody on the team so far has seen action for Norfolk. Viergoots for three, and there is the first three today. Jeff Smeltzer for Viergoots.
He's a good three-point shooter.
He was 0 for 3 to start the game, and there's his first. It's 38-21 now for Norfolk. Ranke gets the handoff, thought about the three, and now is pivoting around and driving around the perimeter. Picking his dribble up to Logan Hayes. Hayes into the lane, swatted away there on the side by Gavin Jarecki. And North Platte should keep possession of the ball as Amari Williams will check in for Parker Rabbis. The duo of Jarecki and Placencia have really been the thorn in the side for North Platte today. And unfortunately, the narrative still keeps going of it's the big guys that are causing the trouble for the Dogs. As Sam Euling to Odell. He won't shoot the three, but now firing in the corner to Jake Kincaid. Kincaid to Hayes. He is wide open. I should have pulled the trigger there. But Ranke will, and he hits another one. Man, Jonathan Ranke, great night from beyond the arc. What is that, his third?
That's his third. He's 3 for 4 from the arc.
That is a good number for Jonathan Ranke.
Get you a stop here now, Dogs.
He looked good in that Jamboree game in the paint. This time doing it from beyond the arc. Jarecki drives, kicks, and a travel call against Viergoots, and there's a good stop. Now you need a good bucket. You got to put, string good possessions together for the Dogs if they want to get back in this game. And with 3:55 left to go in this third quarter on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard, it's not over yet. North Platte still trying to claw their way back in tooth and nail. Harper Whitney checking in now as Hayes floats one, picked up there by Jake Kincaid. He can't get the bucket, but a foul called, I believe, against Placencia. That'll be his first. Yeah, but that'll be against Aiden Placencia, the junior. And that's Jake Kincaid at the free throw line.
All right, now come down number 4.
So far, the Dogs have not gone 2 for 2 from the free throw line tonight. As Adrian Williams looks to check in now for Norfolk. An unfortunate streak will be put in jeopardy as there's the first one for Kincaid. It was a little lopsided, but it goes in. So Placencia checks out, and now this is an opportunity for North Platte maybe to start to go on a little run. As also looking to check back in, Parker Rabbis. Kincaid, 2 for 2. I gotta say, those are 2 good back-to-back strings offensively for the Knights, or for the Dogs. That's 4 straight points as Viergoots and Placencia check out. So here's an opportunity for the Dogs to do something as they kind of go to a full court trap to the far side. Adrian Williams to McShansev, back to Williams. Williams to McShansev, ball's up in the air, picked off by Sam Euling. Euling to Logan Hayes, up for the bucket! 6-0 run for North Platte, and it's now only a 10-point game. Norfolk in the lead. To the near side, Amari Williams. Back to Adrian Williams. Williams.
Oh,
and
that's okay. That's a good foul.
Good
nice
foul. A
aggressive
little
foul.
ticky-tack,
Yeah.
but a good foul on Sam Ewing as he collides a little bit there with Amari Williams. That's the third now for Sam Ewing. So Kincaid and Ewing both with 3 apiece. A 10-point lead for Norfolk, 38-28 with 3:14 left to go. Parker Rabbis now with the basketball. Dribbles to the far side, guarded by Ewing. Jarrett Smeltzer looks to check back in. McShansiv for 3. In and out, rebounded on the side there by Adrian Williams, and he goes right back up with it. Adrian Williams finally gets his first bucket to fall.
That was a good, strong move by Williams.
Whitney now to Logan Hayes, 40-28. Hayes to Whitney. Whitney going baseline, lost the ball. Now bounce pass to Logan Hayes. 20 on the shot clock, so still time to get set up. They go to that corner once more with Harper Whitney. Whitney now to Ranke. He pulls up again. Can he hit another one?
Oh.
No. Almost rebounded by Logan Hayes, but it's picked up there by Alexander McShansiv. 3 for 5 now for Jonathan Ranke. As McShansiv, right corner. Now, hop-stepping Williams and a foul called. Dogs let Adrian Williams get into the lane pretty easy, and they get costed for it with a foul. That's the first for Harper Whitney. Second team foul in this third period, and now with 2:24 left to go, Adrian Williams checks in, or excuse me, Adrian Williams to the free throw line. He missed the first one.
Smeltzer in.
As
Ewing
out goes Sam Ewing.
Okay. I don't think he's been out this
Whole
third
game.
quarter.
I don't even
No,
know if he's been out the whole
maybe,
game. As with 2:24, another attempt for Adrian Williams. He's 0 for 1 so far. He will make the second, though, so 1 for 2. 41-28, and now Jarrett Smeltzer into the corner to Logan Hayes here on the near side. Setting a screen. Hayes picking his dribble up. Back to Smeltzer. Guarded by McShansiv. Switched on to by Parker Rabbis. Swing pass to Harper Whitney at the logo. Whitney jab stepping and passing to Jonathan Ranke. 17 on the shot clock. Ranke to Smeltzer. Smeltzer to Odell. Odell from the free throw line. Yes. And that might be the bucket Caleb Odell needed. He was 1 for 5 from beyond the arc. He had been 0 for 4 ever since making that first 5. Oh no, Adrian Williams in a quick pass gets an easy bucket down low. And now the other way comes Nord Platte and Jared Smeltzer. In the corner, guarded by Amari Williams, and a foul called by Williams, his second. As here comes Placencia to check back in, as well as Peyton Harlan. Brecken Corco also checking in for Nord Platte.
I don't know if you bring Kincaid. Oh, he just sat down, didn't
I
he?
think you bring Logan. I think it's it's Harper Whitney. So far, I think Jonathan Ranke and Logan Hayes are the only dog defenders or players who have not rested this whole game.
I guess, I'd put Johnny on Placencia.
Yeah, gonna have to. All the way into the backcourt. Turned over, bad pass from Odell. Now to Parker Rabbis. Rabbis up for the layup, and another bad turnover.
A foul.
And a foul. Off who?
Oh, 33.
Corco. He was nowhere even near the player.
Yeah. Was it on the inbounds or?
I don't know. Even Jimmy Pack is confused.
He wasn't even near there.
So that's now the second time today that there's been a
Jared just did a run by. Didn't even.
Yeah. So that's the second time there's been a foul called very far away from the play, and there is Aiden Placencia making another play, and it's 47-30 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard. Is the lead now going out of control, and a bad pass the other way. Parker Rabbis comes, and Parker Rabbis slays another one up and in. Back-to-back buckets for Parker Rabbis again.
I can see what the foul was. Brecken is really aggressive on blocking out, and I think maybe that's what they got him on.
Yeah, that makes sense as we see some.
Because I almost thought they could have called it on that one.
I was going to say it makes kind of sense. I see some frustration now starting to mount a little bit from the Dogs as head coach Jimmy Pack not too happy with how things just transpired in the last 30 seconds. 4 untouched points for Parker Rabbis off of yet again some poor decision making for Nord Platte.
No, and it's those light ball turnovers at the top of the key, both of them. And
yes.
They just get a run out and
easy layups the other way, And then you, of course, get the foul before the inbounds, and there's an easy switch of sides, and then on the other end, another turnover. And that's how we've gotten to this 19-point lead now for Norfolk. And this is the complete opposite of how the girls' game went. The girls' game kind of fell apart because they couldn't hit a shot. For North Platte, it's just these costly turnovers at inopportune moments that are what's been the killer right now.
Let's just not forget the fact that this Norfolk team is going to win some games. This is a positive coaching change. It's going to make a huge difference. They've got height, they've got some shooting, and experience. You've got 3 or 4 of those guys who've been starting for 3 years. I think 4 of them have started.
Yeah,
for 3
I mean,
years,
you bring back a coach who has won so many, not state titles, but just like regional titles and all of the stuff they've done with him at his previous
stop. To take
stop.
teams to state more than half the years that he coached.
Yeah.
More than half of his teams.
And doing it with Norfolk previously as well. So this is not the same team we've talked about last season, even though they went 3-20. And they're up 19, 49-30. Logan Hayes now with the basketball after the pass in from Reinke. Hayes hands the ball off to Kincaid. Into the corner to Jarrett Smeltzer. Guarded by Harlan. Driving baseline, Smeltzer goes. In some trouble. Now out to Jake Kincaid. Kincaid in on Placencia. Hands the ball off to Jonathan Reinke. Where's the foul? No foul call, and Parker Rabbis gets the rebound. And the other way, Rabbis
goes. That's the right idea.
goes.
Great pass. Good look.
Little contact, but just couldn't come down with the bucket. And with 40 seconds, Amari Williams steps back to Rabbis, who now gets it into the paint to Placencia. Placencia spinning on Reinke, and another bucket, man. Jeez, Aiden Placencia. I hate to be that guy, man. It's reminding me of that Lincoln Pius big center.
Trayden Anderson?
Yeah, just the way that he is so good with that finesse on dribbles and powerful as well.
Brecken Corkle, he can set a pick now.
Yeah, so Corkle hands that off to Johnny Reinke. Reinke to Kincaid. It's now 51-30 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard. Smeltzer fades, short, no good, and it's rebounded on the side by Peyton Harlan. Harlan, 3-on-3 fast break, will float it, and it's short. And that is how this third quarter comes to an end. Dogs now trailing by 21, 51-30 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard. And it's just frustrating. Not because I don't think the Dogs have that potential to play well, but they're turning the ball over so recklessly. It's hurtful.
Yeah. Only 2 turnovers that third quarter, but they both ended up in run-out layups.
Yeah, 4 straight points off of those 2 turnovers. So what are we at now? 16?
16,
yeah. And when you're not shooting holistically well from a team besides Johnny Reinke, it's going to be a tough matchup, no matter how much you put it. But there still is 8 minutes left to play in this ballgame, so plenty of time to go on a run.
Yeah. Finish strong. You got another game tomorrow.
Yeah, and that's got to be the mental here, especially for still a pretty young team. I mean, we talk about the experience coming back with 28 points, but there's still a lot of juniors and sophomores.
Tomorrow is the exact opposite. South Sioux City is small and three-point shooters.
Yes, they are
small,
shooters.
fast, and three-point shooters. So,
but I think it's just like what Coach Hammond said at the end of that, during our La Costa Del Rio's post-game interview, you can't really let that mental go away. Like, even if you lose, you can't really start thinking too negatively, because then that will then transpire into the next game. Even if you think that might be a better matchup for you, you got to keep the positivity flowing and really just find momentum. I think in this quarter alone, you just need to find something to stick to for tomorrow's game.
Yeah, I think overcoming a 21-point lead is probably going to be tough. But, yeah, cut it in half. If you end up losing by 10, at least you made some progress.
Yes, at least you can see the offense start to operate well. Stop turning the ball over and all these X, Y, and Z's. Now here we go. 7:50 left to go in this fourth quarter. Jonathan Reinke with it. He drives in on Williams. Jonathan Reinke, yes! Should have been a foul. He got swatted on the arm, but Reinke making another good feed, and there's a good start for the Dogs. Can they transpire that good bucket into a good stop? Placencia driving baseline. Good double team.
Good.
Kincaid puts his hands on the ball, and a jump ball. It will stay with Norfolk still, but there's that. You're talking about that help defense against Placencia if he's going to roll to the basket, and there was Kincaid this time to make a good stop. Rabbis inbounding on the baseline. Looking for McShantzev, won't do it. Throwing it back, and this time finds McShantzev.
Get ready to help, Jake.
Almost stolen away, as that's now a wide open floater for Peyton Harlan, and it tips in. Reinke tried to make a steal, missed it, and then Harlan with a nice floater And a three from Jake Kincaid off the mark. And another rebound this time for McShanson. That's number 8. The other way it goes, out of bounds from Adrian Williams off the pass from Alexander McShanson. Still a 21-point lead with 7:12 left to go in this fourth quarter. The other way with it now, Jared Smeltzer, guarded by Peyton Harlan, crossing over and getting a screen from Reinke. Smeltzer in some trouble, spinning into the lane. Now fires to Logan Hayes. Kincaid to Reinke, guarded by Williams. Reinke looking for a cutter, bad pass, intercepted easily by Peyton Harlan. Harlan bounced pass to Adrian Williams, and another bucket the other way for Adrian Williams.
Ball turnover ends up in points.
It was almost too easy. It's almost he knew exactly where he was going. As Logan Hayes, little 8-footer float. Oh, man, no good. Good rebound by Kincaid, and he goes back up with it. 55-34, still a 21-point lead. As Caleb Odell will now check back in for North Platte. Adrian Williams drives on Sam Ewing. Ball tipped away, but there with it is Placencia. Now it's still on the floor as Harlan gets it down low. Good block from Sam Ewing. And now here come the Dogs the other way, up to Jonathan Reinke. Reinke, up he goes, and Jonathan Reinke. Good transition bucket. And now it's only a 19-point lead, and here comes Viergoots as well as Jarecki. So Norfolk has to sub back in some of their starters. Harlan open three. He hits another one. Man, you have a good couple of runs, and then all of a sudden you let up an easy three to Peyton Harlan, and it's 58-36 now, the lead for Norfolk. As at the logo with it, Jonathan Reinke to Logan Hayes, driving on McShanson. Hayes gets right past him, up. Oh, they didn't call a hook on Logan Hayes. Unbelievable.
Oh.
I don't agree with that call. I don't really think he hooked him all that much.
No.
So they're going to call the foul against Logan Hayes, his first, and a turnover for North Platte offensively.
Well, you don't see that called very often.
I only saw it once during the college season against, Big Joe Badejo, but outside of that, nothing.
No.
In 20 games I've seen so far.
Kind of a 1-2-2 pressure. Oh, that looked like a travel.
Oh, and a foul against Jake Kincaid. That's number 4 for Kincaid now.
Well, he played quite a few minutes without getting that fourth
Which
foul,
is good.
So.
I mean, he was due for one at some point. 58-36 on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard as Reckon Korko looks to check in for North Platte, as there goes Jake Kincaid.
That's a good substitution. Placencia isn't in there.
Go a little smaller with Korko because he'll play just as hard as Kincaid.
Yeah, he'll block out. He'll be physical.
So it's McShanson with the inbounds. Looking, McShanson finds Parker Rabis, guarded by Smeltzer. Rabis into the lane, lost the ball, but picks it right back up in the corner to Jarecki. Viergoots, Landon Viergoots, taking this dribble up, spinning, firing now to a freshly subbed in Cohen Skiff, and a foul on the floor.
Yeah.
As that'll go against Brecken Korko.
Brecken's going to make you earn it. You're not going to.
You're not going to get an easy. Yeah, you're not going to get an easy one.
Yeah.
It's foul number 2 for Korko in his short amount of time. Parker Rabis will inbound it with a 22-point lead with 5:04 left to go. Quick pass to Viergoots. Into the corner now to Parker Rabis for 3. Man, after not hitting the 3 to start the game, Jeff Smeltzer, this second half has just been a completely different story. Another 3 this time for Parker Rabis. He has 7 points, his first 3 today. How about Caleb Odell? No good. Great rebound by Logan Hayes. Hayes back up, and a foul by McShancev. It's a good offensive board for North Platte.
Yeah.
And now Logan Hayes to the free throw line with 4:42 left to go. First team foul for for not only McShancev, but also for Norfolk. How's the free throws looking so far today for North Platte?
I'll have to check this out.
He'll miss the first one, though. Yeah,
1 for 3, 3 for 5, 4 for 7, 5 for 5 for 9? No, I got to recount it.
That's fine. That's
that
fine.
Doesn't seem right.
But it has, in theory, not been good.
No.
A lot of 1 for 2s as Jonathan Reinke checks in for Sam Ewing. He'll miss the second. Corco almost gets the rebound, but it's picked up by Landon Viergoots. And with 4:38, here comes Viergoots on the near sideline, and a timeout called by head coach Ben Reese for Norfolk. So unfortunately, this game has just spiraled out of control in favor of Norfolk and the Panthers, 61-36. And unfortunately, it's a lot of, again, we keep talking about it, a lot of the problems that happened last year early on in this game have transpired when it comes to just costly open court turnovers. And I bet you $20 when we talk to head coach Jimmy Pack at the end of this game, that'll be his one takeaway. He's got to cut down on the turnovers in the open court, because that's what's been costing him. And I know you probably don't have the deep stats in terms of what are points off turnovers, but I bet you half of their points in this game have been off of turnovers. Or close to it.
A good chunk of them, yeah.
And again, you can't just do that, especially, you can't, it's like, even against a team, you know, who knows what this Norfolk team's going to be this year, but against any team, even if it's good or bad, you cannot give them free open looks off of open court turnovers.
Well, if you do, you got to back it up with decent shooting, and we're not shooting the ball.
No.
You know, 33% in the first half, and I think it's gone down from
there.
Sub
that from that one. And then on top of it, if you are given opportunities to go from the free throw line for 3 points, you're not even capitalizing on that one. You're definitely under 50% on the day from the free throw line. With 4:35 left to go, a 61-36 lead on our State Farm agent.
5 of 10, 50%.
Yeah, so 50%, yeah. Timeout's brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group. His location, 621 South Dewey, Sweet Beat. McShansip gets the ball into Parker Rabbis now at around the near right out-of-bounds line. Into the corner to McShansip. McShansip into a double team. Stolen away by Jared Smeltzer. Here comes a fast break opportunity for North Platte, and they'll slow it back out. Corco with the ball, hands it off to Logan Hayes. And the offense re-triggers for North Platte. Smeltzer, Ranke, driving in on Skiff to Logan Hayes. Oh, he had Odell open for a long time but missed it. Hayes, behind the back move on McShansip. Logan Hayes, no good, gets the rebound. He gets hit from behind, and it's rebounded by Landon Viergoots. And the other way with it comes Viergoots and the Panthers.
Dogs playing a 2-3 zone.
Oh boy, Skiff is wide open, but they'll pass it into the paint now to Jarecki. Jarecki lost the ball, but it somehow bounces into the hands of Parker Rabbis. Skiff. An open three now for Viergoots. He hit one earlier, he misses that one, and Jonathan Ranke gets the rebound. Ranke to Smeltzer. Jared Smeltzer pivoting around and finds Logan Hayes on the right wing. To Jonathan Ranke. He drives into some good contact. Oh, and another bad pass that, again, turns the ball over. He thought Smeltzer was more inside, and unfortunately,
now are they
turning it over there?
Are they back, man? No, still.
No, still in that zone.
I don't know
Skip,
what they're
wide open down low, misses the shot, and
I don't know what they
Caleb Odell grabs it. Might have been just some confusion.
Oh, look.
Oh, wide open down low. Oh, and unfortunately, Jonathan Ranke was open down low, but gets tipped out of bounds by Parker Rabbis. As checking in now comes Vidal Aguirre, as well as Adrian Williams. And Reed O'Brien, yes, also checks in for North Platte. With 3:05 left to go on our State Farm agent Bobby Hull's scoreboard. Another turnover off an inbound as Aguirre picks it up. Tried to get it to Jonathan Ranke, but no good. Williams to Skiff. McShansip now top of the three-point line, fires to Aguirre. Oh boy, Williams wide open, jab steps, back to Aguirre, into the corner to McShansip. Some good passing, they get into the paint to Rabbis, almost stolen by Reed O'Brien. Aguirre open three, rimmed in and out. Skiff gets an easy rebound. He puts it up and he puts it in. Cohen Skiff gets the rebound and puts it back. You just can't let second chance opportunities like that come about.
I'd like to see team rebound stats.
Oof, yeah, that's probably not a healthy stat. I have 18 rebounds, but I don't think that's correct. I think I have 18 team rebounds for Norfolk.
Well, it might not be as lopsided as I thought. 1, 2, 3.
I feel like I'm missing a few of those in transition. As Cohen Skiff at the free throw line.
I have us for 24.
Yeah, I think I'm missing some, as he'll miss both of his free throws. Skiff does. He's 0 for 2. And now here comes Jake Kincaid, who's checked back in, and the other way go the Dogs. to Renke. He'll fire up a quick three. Nope. In the air, Skiff tried to get it as Kincaid and Skiff collide. The other way, a bucket for Amari Williams, his first two. Another easy transition bucket for Norfolk. Into the corner to Reed O'Brien. O'Brien trying to get it to Renke. Somehow does. Into a double team. Renke lost the basketball. On the floor, Renke can't get it, and Aguirre picks it up before it's stripped away from Vidal Aguirre with 2 minutes left to go in the ball game. 65-36, a 29-point lead, Jeff Smeltzer, this second half.
Yeah.
It's just falling apart for North Platte High School, almost eerily similar to that Jamboree game against Ogallala last weekend. Into the lane, beautiful step, no good from Peyton Harlan. And it's rebound by Reed O'Brien. And the other way come the Dogs. O'Brien, crosses over, thought about the three. How about Odell? Yes! Oh man, Peyton Harlan kind of got crossed up there. That's a good little energy play. And finally, Caleb Odell hits a three-pointer. His first of the second half, as we're going to have a substitution of Gunnar Boyer checking into the game for the first time. So Boyer, the junior,
spent last season in the pool, and now he's
a basketball player.
Back on the hardwood.
Love to see that. So Jonathan Renke's day is probably done with 1:25 left to go. So wouldn't be shocked. Corco is still in the game as well, and wouldn't be shocked if we see Outerkirk checking in too. To get the ball in down low to Aiden Williams. Williams up and over, no good from Reed O'Brien. That ball is in the open court. Caleb Odell picks it up. Get it to Boyer. Here comes Gunnar Boyer. Boyer shot. Oh, off the mark. And that's Cohen Skiff getting another rebound. As Adrian Williams the other way now passes to Peyton Harlan. Amari Williams. Now Aguirre. Harlan. Swing. Aiden Williams on the perimeter. Into the paint he goes. Boyer with a beautiful block. And now the other way comes Gunnar Boyer. One-on-one fast break. Boyer! He gets the bucket with an and one. Gunnar Boyer out of the pool into the court and makes an and one. Can he finish it off, Jeff Smeltzer?
Well, let's get that and one. Here we go. Bo Black is getting ready to check in.
I was just saying, now we have a new substitution checking in, Bo Black. Another redhead to the group.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll miss it. Tries to get the rebound, but it's picked up by Aguirre. Second for Vidal Aguirre, 65-41. Peyton Harlan to the far side, Cohen Skiff to Williams. Amari Williams down low, wide open, and that's an easy bucket for Peyton Harlan. He's got 10 points off the bench in his limited minutes. Again, Boyer in the corner, jab step. Thought about getting to Corco, and now swings it out to Odell with 23 seconds. Odell around the perimeter. Odell, quick three. Rims in and out, picked up by Jake Kincaid. He keeps it alive, but Cohen Skiff able to get it. Here comes Corco. Can he block Adrian Williams? No, and they'll, with 8 seconds, eat the clock out. And that's how this first game, unfortunately for North Platte, on the boys' side will come to an end. 67-41 loss to Norfolk in this game number 1 of the season. It was a very, very tough matchup in the second half. The first half I thought was close and very interesting, but unfortunately, in the grand scheme of things, in the end, the Dogs just unfortunately could not come up with really any answers to stop what Norfolk was doing, but at the same time, they couldn't help themselves in terms of shooting themselves in the foot with all those turnovers in the half court.
Oh, turnovers. Get yourself in a hole. And again, like we said before, if you shoot, you can't shoot poorly and turn the ball over. That's just
those are recipes for
disaster.
Yeah, that's a recipe for disaster. And unfortunately, that disaster brewed up here today for North Platte High School as they are now 0-1 on the season, falling to this Norfolk squad, which, again, is not the same Norfolk squad as last year. Let's give them some credit. That 3-20 team has a coach that has some really, really good pedigree behind him. And that Norfolk team might be going places in the future with how good he is. So you've had 2 good tests to start the year with Ogallala and Norfolk. And so far, you can kind of already see where the problem has arisen for this team. And honestly, it's not from a skill standpoint. it really is just boiling down to these turnovers. I mean, you highlighted in the first Jamboree game, the turnovers costed them in that game, and then this game basically was the turnovers that led to this massive blowout win for Norfolk in this first game of the season here at the Doghouse.
It did. You got another day. You got another game tomorrow.
Of course. Put this one in the back burner.
Yeah, nothing you can do about this game now. Put it behind you. Focus on tomorrow. Totally opposite team they're going to play. Quick 3-point shooters.
Not really physical, man. They're just going to be running.
1 6'2" player and
that's
maybe 2 other 6-footers.
Yeah.
So strategy last year, maybe they'll do it again. Get the ball inside and then take off. They did a little cherry picking last year because they knew they'd get a lot of defensive rebounds.
And I feel like, and I agree, I believe that's going to be the key to this game or what's going to happen because this South Sioux City team is not big. They will run up and down the court for sure, but this Dogs team should out-bully the real lanky members of that South Sioux City squad. But that South Sioux City squad is a team that can shoot, so you can't let some open looks go their way. But a lot of things that Jeff Smeltzer needs to write down, so we'll step aside, take a break. We come back. Quick stop post-game show here as North Platte High School boys basketball fall to Norfolk and the Panthers in game number 1, 67-41.
This December at Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan, they're celebrating Merry Miles Ahead with their final drive of 25. Your best chance to wrap up the year in a brand new ride. With powerful trucks to fuel-saving sedans and family-ready SUVs, it's the perfect time to upgrade with incredible year-end savings, flexible financing, and the friendly service you know and trust. They're here to help you enjoy the ride. From their family to yours, they wish you a joyful holiday season and Merry Miles Ahead in 2026. Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan. Online at billsummers.com.
Merry Christmas!
Craving bold flavors and authentic Chinese cuisine? Look no further than Szechuan Famous Foods. From Szechuan classics to mouth-watering dumplings, fresh sushi, their dishes are crafted with the freshest ingredients and traditional recipes. Whether you're dining in or taking out, is a taste of China. Visit Szechuan Famous Foods today, where flavor is always first. Located at 320 Rodeo Road or order online at SzechuanFamous.com for carryout or delivery. Your taste buds will thank you.
Looking for a trusted insurance provider with years of experience? Fortify Group is the solution you need. For over 3 decades, we've been serving local farm and ranch customers. But did you know we also provide home, auto, and commercial coverage? As an independent agency, we work with multiple carriers to find you the personalized options and level of protection you need. There's more info at fortifygroup.net or stop by and visit with me, Kevin McGann, in our new location at 621 South Dewey in North Platte. And as always, rely on Fortify.
Viera Wireless is giving you more cheer than ever because now the holidays are on us. Get 4 iPhone 17s on us when you add 4 lines of Better Unlimited for just $100 a month. But we're not stopping there. Get 6 months of premium Netflix or a qualifying streaming service when you purchase Viera Best or Ultra Internet. Give the whole family the gifts they've been waiting for. More phones, more streaming, more savings. Get the holidays on us only at Viera Wireless. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
It's the Quick Stop post-game wrap-up. Quick Stop never closes with 24 locations open 24 hours a day.
Welcome back here to the Doghouse, FM 98.1, AM 1410. Paxton Gordon here. Jeff Smeltzer, my esteemed colleague, joins me for the first game of the season. Mr. Smeltzer, we've wrapped up day number 1 here for North Platte High School as they fall to Norfolk and the Panthers 67-41. And really, I don't even know what we can talk about in this game because the only reason why I felt this game was so tough and so much of a blowout was just because turnovers really overpowered everything good North Platte did as a whole.
Yeah, it did. Final turnover numbers, 22 for the game.
Didn't they average last season up in the 20s? If I remember correctly, they averaged almost.
I think it started to come down as the year
progressed. I have the stats right here. Let's take a gander as a team.
Early on, it was in the 20s for sure.
They averaged 17.4 last season, which is still high.
Oh, very high.
Yeah.
Yeah, so still a continuation of last year. I'm getting a cramp in my leg. I got to stretch
you're good.
out.
Jeff Smeltzer's trying to fix his cramp. But, yeah, you talk about that continuation, and I think that's, I hate to say disappointing, is the name, because it's first game of the season. It's, this isn't something that is been plaguing them for the whole year. Still game number 1. But it is a little disappointing because of really the talk we felt in terms of the confidence that we had in this team and the team really had in themselves to kind of see how much of a struggle this game was offensively. Not really because they weren't finding good looks, but because they were doing so many frustrating things with the basketball in their hand.
They were, and got some final shooting numbers. Overall, shot 29% from the floor. Three-point shooting went down, 29% from the three-point line as well, and only 45% from the free throw line. So
yeah, again, as you talk about, if you're going to turn the ball over that much, you cannot be that poor when it comes to shooting the basketball. And I don't have those total stats when it comes to Norfolk, but we can definitely say they took advantage of those opportunities. They had a much higher field goal percentage. They took advantage of their free throws. I think, let me take a look here in terms of how much they've missed. Only missed 2 the whole night from the free throw line when they went to it. So, again, you can't let a team get free looks like they did. I talk with Coach Brandel and Coach Thurman all the time about dead ball turnovers, that's what they want. You can't let a good team like this Norfolk team get so many open court turnovers that lead to easy buckets.
Yep. Some of those are late cross-court passes, just like the old football adage, don't throw late across the middle.
Yeah.
That's same in basketball, and those 2 of them in the third quarter, only 2 turnovers in the third quarter. They were both the same thing.
But they were such high-impact turnovers.
Late passes across the middle that turned into layups.
So you just can't have that. But let's talk about some positives, though. We've been talking a lot about the negatives, what we saw in that game. Positively-wise, when the Dogs did have control over how they were playing, the offense was pretty free-flowing. I thought last year there was some troubles really early on when it came to the offense in terms of the ball just not really finding good momentum around the perimeter. It felt like it died a lot.
It really didn't stick much. They did try to share the basketball when it wasn't being turned over.
I think you said, I think you talked before halftime what the assists were off of points.
Yeah, it slowed down the second half. We got 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 assists for the game. So what do we have?
We had
41 points, so 8 assists.
Yeah, off of
if that's just 2, that's 16 points, maybe some threes in there. Maybe that accounted for 18 or 20 points.
And if the shots were falling a bit more, I believe that number is much higher. Because I believe there were plenty of opportunities. There was not plenty. There were definitely more opportunities for points to be had when it came off of these assists and these open looks offensively. Well, it's time now for our La Casa del Rio's post-game interview, as joining me here at our beautiful abode right behind the scores table, it's head coach Jimmy Pack. Well, Coach, it's first game's in the book. Crazy enough to say it like that, and unfortunately didn't go your way, and it's really tough to really talk about a lot of things when the big elephant in the room this game was just those turnovers. We talked not only during our preseason press conference that you had, but even also before the game, just about, trying to use the experience that this team, has coming into this season to your advantage. And it kind of felt like the team regressed a little bit back to the old North Platte back last year when they were just too hectic with the basketball and really making some poor reads when trying to make a positive play.
I saw a stat not that long ago that says 67% of high school games are won at the free throw line and whoever wins the turnover battle. And, I told them at halftime we were just shooting ourselves in the foot. It wasn't even from the pressure. We saw way more intense pressure last Saturday from Ogallala. So I'm sure some of that was nerves. You always know that the first game out of the year season, no matter how much experience is there, there's always going to be a lot of nerves going on. But some of those we can't live with. We can't inbound the ball and throw it over the point guard's head. And, there's times we're trying to get it to our point guard and get our quick break, and we're throwing it to a forward, So, things like that, I think they were just a little short-circuiting, like I said, I'm just going to chalk it up to nerves for now. Certainly not things that we don't work on every single day, but, a little different environment. When the great doghouse, shout out to the doghouse crowd tonight. That was great. Cheerleaders, Pacers, everybody in the house loved it. So hopefully hopefully they got that one out of their system, and we're ready to go tomorrow.
You know, yeah, and I agree. And it feels like in those turnovers, it's not like they were making a poor read. Like, there was something there. You know, it wasn't like they were just throwing it to a sea of defenders and there was nobody really anywhere.
Right.
You can see where they were trying to go with the play, and whether it be just like a half step too short, or as you said, kind of rushing through a process when you could have took maybe one extra dribble or even maybe another half second to make a better pass to that person really was the culprit in this, rather than just recklessness throwing it into 6 defenders when there was really nowhere for it to go in there for any reason.
Right. You know, they always say value the basketball, and there's, you know, they probably get sick and tired of me saying it, but I tell them you need to take as much pride in your passing as you do in your shooting. I get so sick and tired of all this stuff about working on your shot, and then we got guys, you know, be a good passer. That's part of the game. Every aspect matters. You know, you chalk all those little things up, they end up equaling a great big thing. And passing is just as important as dribbling and shooting and defending and all that stuff. So, you know, we start out every practice with some kind of ball handling combination with the passing drill, and we've stopped and reset them on the guys we think are just, you know, not throwing strikes is what we start calling it. You know, you throw a strike right in that guy's chest. You know, if he's open, he's got to stay open, and hopefully those reps will start paying off here soon.
And that's what you love to see. Again, still game number 1 of the season, still a long way to go in this young 2025, 2026 season. Let's get to some positives, though. You know, even with the struggles when it came to passing, when everything did finally kind of get settled and you were able to really run what you wanted to run, I felt it was a huge improvement to last season just in terms of the ball did not just get dribble out of the court. There was a lot of good, positive movement in trying to find an opening for whether it be a mismatch or a wide open shot. And I think that's a very big positive. Like, every now and then there's going to be just games where you don't make your shots, like tonight. You've had a lot more open shots than I thought you did, contested shots, and just tonight, when those open shots were found, they just unfortunately weren't going in. It doesn't mean that next time they won't go in, but I love just to see how this team has processed so much better in the offseason, to where this offense, you can see that movement is clicking really well.
Yeah, we got I'm unbelievable the shots. I was shocked we were missing them. They were so wide open. You know, and that's what I told them at halftime. You know, do you guys want us to do something different? Because I don't know if we can get you any better looks. And they kind of laughed and they knew that they were missing some opportunities. And I mean, maybe they were surprised at how open they were because they weren't getting that, you know, in seasons previous. But I love the ball movement. You know, a little bit of maybe too much dribbling at times. But that's their high school kids. That's to be expected. But you also try to coach that out of them. And, you know, we were getting great looks, not just outside. We got some great looks in the paint. And we were just, you know, they were just coming up short. I don't know, you know, pulling the string, I like to call it, when you just don't finish with your eyes. Or, you know, I tell them, I know you can't dunk, which is part of our problem, but go up like you're going to dunk and then just lay it up off the glass, you know. So they'll get there. I have no doubt. You know, like I said, first game, I have no doubt at all that they're going to figure it out. They were saying things on the bench. They knew what was going on. So. And
I think also 2 really tough teams. I know Norfolk last season only had 3 wins on the year, so you would sit there coming in this game being like, oh, they can't be that good, but bringing in that coach who has had that pedigree. Then you, of course, have Ogallala, who is slated, not just like last year, this year, to potentially be state champions for, you know, C1. So you've already started the season off against 2 really good opponents who have thrown 2 different styles really at you. So it's a lot of fast-paced learning in a short amount of time. So I think this is a much better start in terms of, you know, who you can look at and who you can see what you need to grow from when then playing teams like, no offense to a team like Lexington, who has had a couple of years of struggle when it comes to finding their footing. You've had really tough teams that are going to throw a lot of stuff at you to see what you can do. And I think that's only going to help this team, not only just for tomorrow against South Sioux City, but going forward, knowing that you've played tough teams and you see what is being exposed for you guys against them.
Yeah, I like having this kind of pressure early on, you know. Ogallala is what they are. Probably one of the teams I respect the most, not just in the state, but I love that they represent Western Nebraska as good as any team. And I know sometimes people want to say what they want to say about those guys, but like I said, I've known some of them since they were 4th grade. They're great kids, and they just play the game hard. Coach Reese, you know, that's my first time going head-to-head with him, but I knew coming in he's a phenomenal coach. I knew they were going to be a different team just with him back at the helm, and, you know, got them to a couple state finals up there. Norfolk's not a whole lot bigger school than we are. So totally knew what to expect, but, you know, you hope I'd rather face that fire early on than maybe have some cupcakes and then get it later. And then, totally get knocked back. So
because and we always talk about Class A and the teams you have scheduled for this year, but really there is no cupcakes again. This just like last year, you guys have a really, really tough schedule against some really, really good teams, not only in Class A, Class B as well. So you're never really going to get a rest moment, which again I think is better. While it may be better to play cupcakes to get just like a feel-good victory moment, you're not really learning games when you're facing teams that are of weaker quantity. We probably would prefer to play teams like these last two. So yeah, you can take your beatings early on, but you will come next week. We're going to have so much more knowledge on our hands when you face Alliance on Friday, or even tomorrow when you face South Sioux City back at home.
Right, that's how you forge something. You keep putting it in the fire, you pull it out, you beat it up, you put it back in the fire, you pull it out, you beat on it some more, and then eventually you get a pretty awesome,
a creation,
pretty awesome
yeah,
sword or not, whatever. You're a weapon now. So turn ourselves into weapons. We could schedule a Hall of Fame game against somebody that we knew, but we don't do that because we know that's not where we're going to be. And by long game, going into districts, you're going to play a Class A opponent, and you know who they're going against. So you got to be prepared for that when you get there.
And that's why, again, the team as young as this is so good because they are very malleable.
Yeah.
You can throw a lot at them, but they're going to take all that and they're going to mold themselves. Just look at, Johnny Ranky. It helps that he's gotten much taller than he did last season, but you can just see how he's evolved his game interiorly. You see Jared Smelter, who last year spent a lot of his time on the perimeter. Same thing with Caleb Odell. Even in just the 2 games we've seen against some really good competition, see a lot more cutting action into the paint. So they are taking good positive steps in the right direction. It's just that ye old adage of just got to see the ball go in the basket. That'll help a lot of the issues that we are bringing up.
Works,
I know it's so funny the way that is. But you got another game tomorrow, a little earlier than of course today, probably around 1:30ish. So against South Sioux City, kind of take me through. You've talked a little bit with them, but we're going to talk with them a little bit about more tonight to make sure that they are ready for tomorrow and not let today's disappointing game kind of hang with them into tomorrow.
It's the same message I always tell kids. This is a game you have to have a short-term memory. If you make a turnover and you're pouting about it for 3 minutes, we can't afford that. So message after the game tonight was be upset about it, but really reflect on it. Be upset tonight, but when your alarm clock goes off in the morning and we come in for our shoot around 9 o'clock, it's a fresh slate, and we're on to the next thing. So I know they're teenagers. I understand disappointment and things like that, but as long as you handle it in the positive and you do it in the right way, how can I grow from this? How can I get better from this? Like I said, when we come in at 9 o'clock in the morning, time to clock in, it's time to bang some hammers, time to go back to work.
Get back to work, baby. Love to hear that. Coach, as always, thank you so much for stopping on by. We'll see you tomorrow bright and early in the morning, of course, for the second game of the season as the Dogs take on South Sioux City and the Cardinals. So, unfortunately for North Platte today, both the boys and the girls fall in today's matchup against Norfolk. It was a pretty tough first game for the side of for North Platte and the girls team, as I got to find the final score right up in here. Because I have it somewhere written down. You know me, I have it somewhere. 49-36 victory for the Norfolk girls team. And then, of course, we just wrap up the boys game, a 67-41 defeat to the Panthers. Jeff Smeltzer's having a good conversation with head coach Jimmy Pack, so we'll call it here. We'll see you tomorrow, bright and early, 11:30, when the Dogs take on, of course, South Sioux City and the Cardinals for game number 2 in both girls and boys basketball here. Is get Jeff Smeltzer in one more time before we depart here. First off, Jeff Smeltzer, it's always good to be back in the basketball world, isn't it? I know you and me love basketball so much.
It's a loss, but it's still my favorite time of the year. Still a great weekend when it's opening weekend. And best news is we got another game tomorrow.
You love it.
Don't even have to wait 24 hours.
Really, I think it's less than 24 hours at this point. 11:30 is girls tip-off, and, of course, boys will follow at the conclusion of that one around 1 o'clock. Jeff Smeltzer, of course, will be there, as I will, bright and early, 11:30. Thank you so much, Smeltzer, for stopping on by. And you know what? It may have been a loss in game number 1, but that's why we played through a season. You learn and you grow day after day.
We played 24 games. There's 23 more to go.
That's right. Yep. I love that optimism and positivity. See you guys tomorrow again, bright and early, 11:30. We'll have our quick stop pregame at 11:15. Jeff Smeltzer and myself here from the Doghouse as the Dogs take on South Sioux City and the Cardinals tomorrow.
Experience the beauty of downtown North Platte and enjoy lunch or dinner at the Cedar Room. The Cedar Room is an unparalleled restaurant experience with this unique atmosphere where modern meets. Enjoy a after cocktail